first dog was a cattle collie. She can pull around, back it up.
What was our answer?
There you go, boy. I'll take it, head up.
What I'm about to do.
Maybe they'll snap that. Rascal. Come on, come on, snap. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, this was too stiff for him to kill. That was that, you know. That's it. Good job. Good girl, Mindy. Good girl. Good girl. Is she good? Good girl. So,
I see him. He's coming out with something. I think he's back in.
the boy, another rat. Okay, work myself. Give you another treat.
That's me.
Oh, thank you.
He won.
He's got your brother in there. Good boy. That's a good boy. You're treating little rats. Yeah, he killed that one. That was nice and more refreshing.
This make it going to work.
Good dog, heads under there, right?
Yes.
Hey, how's that? How's that? You're big. So it doesn't seem as much. Big one. Yes, bring it up here. Good job, Juno. Good job, yes, yeah. Good job, Juno. Good job.
Yo, man.
Good dogs. Where's it? Yes.
We got enough of them.
Let's get another layer for it still. It's just like, oh,
They got all the eggs.
Good girl, baby dog. Good girl. No, come back.
This is gonna drive me
Baby
crazy.
dog. Baby dog. Come on. Yeah, come on. Yes, come on. Come up. Baby, come up. Yes. Yes. Watch. Yes. You know, let's get a little Ela out. She's been dying to come out today. Love it, Ela. That's where you can put it. You don't want to do your It's down. Baby, now far side. Oh, Meek's got another one right here. She's killing it. Did Baby go outside? No, right here.
Alright, it drive me crazy with that motion.
There's a lot of meth in there.
Yeah, it's two of us.
Why she what?
There's a lot of meth in there.
Yeah, it's two of us.
I mean, I feel like.
On February 24th, 2025, officers with the Key West Police Department received a call stating a couple broke into a storage unit.
Oh, they got a whole house. You got the door wide open, bro.
Got any weapons here?
What?
Oh, bro. That's how I
Sorry.
This don't seem like it'll be interesting. Bruh, you really, I mean, I get it. I definitely understand.
Yes. Here.
They got a whole bed and everything. That's like a queen size. Yeah, that's a king size in there. That's gotta be his. Please be
So
yours.
you're renting this unit because I guess you're the two places?
Yeah.
Yeah, we stuck the range today, we stuck.
Please tell me it's your place.
Wow.
Somebody's trying to say that it's theirs.
No. I have this one and I have.
Yeah, put it in your phone.
Please tell me this is hers.
Oh, we want to.
They're going with it.
I should have it.
I looked up and showed you cool.
Oh, remember?
Yeah, this unit, I mean, downstairs, one of the box hours.
Remember where we got
Yeah. So where did you live before? Where did you live before?
it's an extra.
Where from?
Hold on.
So I guess planning to move into new locations? Yeah, we're moving to buddy. He's getting, so he's moving out from Marty's places. He's moving to a place right now. He's on house truck. When we're supposed to move in? Tomorrow, actually. Hopefully he's in a pool. How long you got?
I hope.
There's a scene in this location, right?
There's a go outside, you see there's a sign of your screen. They see what on the top right, there's like no reception.
So you're gonna find something, this makes more sense, kind of shows me that yours can be in the building. I just need something with the unit.
Yeah.
They're not getting here.
I mean, it's all stuff here.
He had the window, the thing wide open. I mean, I get it, but damn.
What's your operation for again, man?
Me?
Yeah. soldier advisor on probation for burglary structure.
Oh, I've been in prison and came home from that 5 years, almost 5 years.
Yeah, probably should have removed.
Yeah.
Now,
That's how he wants to prison.
so sorry.
28 months in prison. What was it for? Burglary?
It's a burglary on occupied land.
Down here?
Key West. No.
I've been there all my life.
Are you from here? Born and raised?
Okay, I don't know if this will count, but this is like, I guess, the payment receipt. But anyway, I can look for something else, but that's
That's the
like,
unit number in there?
it should be, yes, 256. I didn't get it.
Yes. 256.
So I did the thing, I think I'm trying to show it to these screens, and I know it shows the key.
Please tell me that's yours.
I just want to see. Okay, I don't know, but I'll show you this one, because this one I read.
That's the one, that's it.
But now, hold on. I have to.
Well, it sounded like somebody lied and told me. It sounded like somebody lied on you guys.
Yeah. But I mean, we can leave it. That's the issue. Okay, look, here you go. Something like that. So what's my name?
How I get a hair right here?
We get that. We know.
That doesn't show me a unit though.
Yeah.
Here, put the hotspot on the website.
Take your phone, step out.
Hold on.
Leave your stuff. Leave your stuff. You're trying to hack baggies on, and that's how you go to the phone.
Wow.
Is that you cocaine?
Meanwhile, the other homeless people are in there trying to stay quiet as possible.
It's also good job at.
It's not like a. I understand.
What's up?
Okay, yes, sir. Let's go.
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
I don't know, so that's some purpose, that's some purpose too.
That's why I feel bad. Like, why are you arresting my man? Like, let my man be.
I just got the thing from council.
Come on. I mean, I feel like there's some things you could just let go. Like, you clearly see that they're trying to do the right thing. They're not bothering anybody.
Yeah, I think we can search for everything.
As long as they don't stay longer than a week.
Whatsoever, correct?
I would, as an owner, I wouldn't feel it. Just don't mess up anything. I got cameras on you the whole time. If you close that door, that's you. They're like a little comfortable little spot too, little small little storage unit. Bro, what? I'll do that.
It's just a combination, you know?
I like fentanyl.
Yeah,
You bring her in the crib, she know exactly what it is. I got but so much space in a bed right here, so you can pull the joint up. Like, come on, baby. And I had the automatic door,
What?
the door opener on it. I've been pimping in that bitch. Little Bluetooth speaker in the corner, you know.
Position? Nothing. Oh, you can have a seat on the
She cute too.
You okay? Yeah, just don't have a seat on the floor like that.
He getting guts. Look at my man.
Poor boy, Pike.
Oh, damn. You guys always gotta mess things up. You got a pipe, bro? Come on, man.
Big back,
Damn.
math.
Damn. I mean, I feel like people should be able to do whatever they want to do. If they want to do a little Chris, go ahead. If you want to do a little, go ahead, do your thing. That's your choosing.
These are the biggest rocks I've seen in my entire
Like, if
career.
you catch somebody with it, like, do your thing. That's what you want to do. You grown enough. If you over 26, you should be able to do whatever you want with your body. Just don't affect anybody else.
Can you contact me?
Yeah.
I got the sneakers in the car, man. They doing pretty decent. She got that perfect skin tone too, bro. Jeez. Damn, girl. Why you moving her trying to ruin that prettiness with that? She is
Man,
gorgeous.
You're gonna put on your shirt extra slowly. And
She
you're gonna get out of
got
that unit and sit next to your boyfriend, husband. I don't know.
My shit's already off, so check.
You two in a relationship?
Damn, bro.
I'm gonna ask you now to avoid a lot of trouble and drama.
And he looked like the one that put her
Can you
on.
get more?
He looked like the dealer. I hope he's not, but damn, bro.
I understand, but this.
Why the gorgeous ones want to be crazy?
I always respect what you say.
Not all.
Thank you.
Not all.
I don't think they have AC here.
You know, these are Florida.
No, it's not. It's not.
North Florida.
It's a cat. Where are you from?
Oh, originally from Russia.
Back up this size, I'm not looking at, probably gonna, he's going to work. I'm probably gonna search one for his unit.
Damn.
Hey. In a second, because I'm gonna try and do a different angle with this, I'm making no promises.
Can't you just act like you didn't even see that? I'll just be like, yo,
It does not mean you go to jail, and I absolutely 100% mean that.
Okay,
I can't give you any promises right now.
okay.
why would you just say
Trust me when I
anything?
every copy of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That just hurt my whole heartbeat right there.
I heard about you, not for you get a lot of guys on this, I'm telling you, the homeless people make it based off.
All right, and you guys, listen to me right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, get the right to remain silent. At this time, you guys, anybody?
My man just trying to do the right thing, but he shoot up in his ankle right there.
Yeah,
Tell him.
Yes.
He do
Yes,
something,
I'm just
dude.
gonna stand by. my
These
question.
are just red.
So we're
Yeah,
gonna,
of course.
I'm gonna try to.
Yeah, the people live here, like, the storage, people who.
Contact information.
No, he seemed like he tapped.
I don't like.
He look a little faded though. He look like you.
Just pretty much for 5 years.
He like you took a little.
I just started back working full time. I'm stuck in 2 places. It's expensive, it's like 10 grand to live with this time. I'm trying to do the right thing.
That's about the method.
I hear that. I hear that.
I mean, I feel like,
I like it, but.
to be honest,
You're nice.
I know, I don't offer you no offense, he's like my favorite donation. I'm just kidding.
I think it's
I'm
interesting.
just kidding.
You sound like a man.
My man went in and smiled.
He's like,
Sounds like that Eric Sesame Street.
do it, don't make him like a piano, whatever, yes, everything.
Just listen forward.
West, he got,
Sorry, just straighten this down.
he got the cuffs out. God, bro. I knew he was gonna be. I knew he was gonna be extra. I knew he was gonna be extra. As soon as he said something to her about it, they just trying to do the right thing. Come on now. They probably got mad warrants.
Thank you.
Oh, they detained him.
My number.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have you get up and move over here.
Yeah.
For now, because I can't move back. And then, you are.
Who
She got it easy.
That's right there. I got big.
I wish I could get up like that.
Can I see my chances?
Lean however you want to lean it, but I got the.
See, that's another reason why he probably on that. Damn.
As far as the dude goes, we're supposed to wear out.
No, but
No,
then
that's what I'm wondering if someone set you up.
call me.
Instead knew what you had or something.
Oh my God. Dude, you're
Don't
fucking
be
shit.
Just somebody who.
I don't know who I was going
No, it's not like this.
Pretty not straightforward. So, but no, I think this is going on for the Lord. I'm trying to do the right best I can.
I don't know, you got 2 detained pending investigation. Just wait till they.
Yeah, I'm not setting right now, maybe.
Sorry, we're expecting, we're short staffed today and somebody got probably stabbed.
Oh my God.
But I'm sure it's nothing crazy.
That topic. One person. Just
No person.
All right, what happens?
For what license?
My God, state contract.
It's big money.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get their hands dirty.
And that's what I told him.
It's just expensive now, you know what?
Work for you.
Oh, she's not even calling us.
Doesn't matter. This is time. Work's gonna work with it. All right.
I mean, it's a current. Accidentally damaged.
Listen, you're doing your job. We're good. So,
Same thing if it was another unit.
It's not-
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just not there. Well, this
No,
was like.
life is a crap.
That is not that purple thing. That's why.
Mine is, oh, girl, you on that.
I'm sure it was. I read. I think it's a kid finding something. I'm sure where it's something. I don't know. There's some purple shit before. But that's what it is.
And life is crap.
No. I mean, to a close, it always says.
No, I have to message him. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I agree.
so far it sounds like good news. When you get your home, and you're waiting for it.
Home, they are
You're
home.
good to me, I'll be good to you.
Leave them alone.
And slip up, I know you gotta protect yourself. Sorry, you didn't fight, that's all that matters.
As soon as I see him busting cheeks out, I just like, you know what?
If you like this video and want to see more like it, subscribe to Arrest Cam. As always, thanks for watching.
This video captures the moment police raided and arrested Zhu Jinhao, the most notorious sex offender in the UK. with a total of 60 victims and 1,200.
Oh no. What's this?
Catch him up. There he goes. Good dog. Bring him here. Welcome. Got him. Look at that little. Catch him up. There he goes. Good dog. Bring him here. Welcome. Got him. Look at that little.
It all counts.
You know you got a good pile when you blow some of the local mines.
That's crazy.
That was the one. Get him up.
All right, y'all, we got a good one for you today.
Yes,
It's
you
the Iguana
probably do.
Smackdown tournament, and we piled them up.
The Iguana
So this is actually our first
Smackdown.
major event through our
What? I'm in the wrong state. I would do
Invited a bunch of
that.
veterans we know down here to South Florida. We got 6 teams of boats going out, 2 vets per boat, and we're trying to shoot as many of these iguanas as we can. These vets will actually be out here competing for cash prizes, product prizes, and a little bit of canal recognition.
Hit him again. Hit him again.
That'd be fire.
Go get him up. God, dog, don't break it. Hit him up. Hit him up. Good dog. Bring him here. Load him up. Load him up.
These canals we'll be hunting in are absolutely inundated by iguanas, and we have set up different categories to
That dog
vets
is
motivated
amazing.
to keep shooting them throughout the day and see how many they can get. Our grand prize category is most iguanas, and that's obvious. Whoever shoots the most iguanas will get a big fat check, and that's the grand prize. After that, we have biggest iguana, which will go by weight. We have most iguanas by weight, so whoever got the biggest massive iguanas will win that category. And we have smallest iguana as well, which you guys might laugh at that, but shooting these little ones is challenging. Anybody shoot a big one, it takes a sniper to shoot these little ones.
Catch him up. He's got to feel him. He can't see him underwater. Catch him up. Catch him up. There he goes. Good dog. Bring him here. He was catching this damn thing. Two. He done. He done. Get him on. Nice work.
I've been talking about this iguana tournament here in South Florida for years, and when we started this nonprofit recently, I thought, what could be better than getting these vets out here and getting them?
Yep.
Right?
Right on his head. Ooh. That was the one. Get him on.
Had I done something like that, I'd be
That might be a
straight.
winning one, boys. Not as big as I thought. He's good. He's still good. Come here, Hot.
All right, y'all. Today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp, and we thank them for supporting. You know, not everybody has a good support system.
Exactly.
Python Cowboy, you get 10% off your first month of therapy.
You guys got a nice 8 shot? Smoke him.
Yes.
Got him. Good shot.
I just want to know what
Got
the
him.
iguana's thinking.
I think that might be that stud from earlier.
Damn, they got me.
Woo! Woo! Come here, Hot.
All right, the vet's got a nice stud, and Otto's doing the old canal tango. These boys are doing pretty good. They're shooting well, and we're getting on the iguanas. I think we got a chance to win.
Boys, that's a dragoon. Nice. That's a dragoon. Nice. Otto, back of the boat. Back of
That's
the boat.
crazy.
That's the winning one right there, boys. Sit. Sit.
How do you get your dog to do that? This looks like the most fun. You ever seen the the ones where they getting the monkeys,
Oh, no.
the baboons?
Those
Oh,
big
bro,
iguanas,
that's
and unfortunately,
next.
it's,
I
you know what
want
I
that
say?
next.
Canal she gives.
I could watch hunting.
Goodness
for
gracious,
days.
dog.
Good dog. Bring him here. Out of here. Nice work, fellas. Nice work. That's it. 3 o'clock. That's enough.
Imagine Tor going out there doing that. I know Nipsey would love
Big ones
it.
over there, too. Good shooting, y'all. Good shooting.
Just want to thank Veterans for Conservation for letting us come out here and have a fantastic time.
They got a black dude too? Oh, hell yeah, I'm trying to do this. I'm going to Florida one day.
After seeing the pile we got, I was on the back of the boat celebrating.
That looks
Until I called my
too
guys
much
for what
fun.
they had. It's going to be hard to win this. I might go back scuba diving and try to find that big stud we lost.
Y'all got some good ones, too. I told y'all were going to be our biggest competition.
What's a certain amount of time? How much time do you have?
All right, that's just 2 boats. We'll see what the other boats
What do you
got.
do with them after?
Solid day, solid day.
Don't tell me you make eat them. They probably do. Yeah.
We'll see. It's anyone's game.
Iguana
We
meat.
got them on numbers, but I think they got us on weight. And they might have the biggest. I mean, look at that thing.
That's a monster right there.
Dang.
Dang.
I brought my metal detector with me to make sure Sammy didn't put no weights in here today. He's been talking a lot of smack. Let's see what he's got.
20.8 pounds. 21.8.
Hell
yes.
Oh, 22?
12 here.
22 pounds. So how much do they weigh per? Like nothing? Like they gotta be at least a pound. Not even. Oh, yeah, you got something.
Combo, or Lance.
Oh, they got the smallest.
What do you do with those?
Ain't the first time y'all heard that.
Where's my phone at so I can look up the next? I want to see what you're doing, man.
It all counts. 45.26. Show the proof. How we doing here, like on that?
How we do it?
Leasing compression.
And it's still coming.
What's that, man?
What the hell? Oh shit.
Appreciate you, boys.
Well, we're getting these iguanas laid out, seeing what we got, and it looks like we did pretty good. We got 400 pounds of iguanas, and I'd say that's a damn good day in just a few hours. You know you got a good pile when you blow some of the locals' minds. You want to come? The best part is, these iguanas, they won't go to waste. A lot of these guys are taking them to try, and anything that isn't eaten will be used for leather products and food for my hogs.
There we go. Okay, see you
Not only
go.
is it good for us to get out here and
Just
clean up
gotta
these canals,
wait a couple more
but
seconds.
the
I'll
best
tell you.
involved is connect with them. It's a way for us to give back to our military and thank them for their service and have a good time in the process. After the weigh-in, we got to sit down.
Stop
and have
playing
an
with
amazing
me. That's
dinner
what I
at
miss,
Tropical
too.
Smokehouse. I was blown away.
We're able to get barbecue every week.
Worked with Rachel Ford, the owner. He's a great guy. He's become one of the family. And when he's cooking like this, that's pretty, everything is phenomenal. And he really took great care of us. Really thank him a bunch. Of course, thanks to Jenny for setting everything up. We have a great
Man, it's
team
over
behind us. You know,
already.
you guys see
What
me,
you
but
mean?
It takes a whole village to make all this work. And
Why is it over?
All right, first we got smallest one, and that goes to Paul Lynch.
Check your boy out.
And that goes to
Oh, check your boy out. Oh, check your boy out. Anyway, let's go back to some more. Oh, I forgot. What's this? If I could come back as anything, I would come back as a honey badger.
Records as the most fearless animal in the world. But what's it really like? Is it crazy, immortal, or just clever and smart? That's exactly what we'll talk about today. Let's dive in. If I had to pick one video that perfectly shows what a honey badger is all about, it would be a random clip filmed somewhere in Africa. In the video, our little hero is caught in the deadly grip of a massive python.
Looks like
At
Tor.
first glance, it seems like this might be the end for the honey badger. It's wrapped up tight, and it looks like the snake is ready to swallow it whole. But the honey badger doesn't give up. It struggles and fights to break free, which is already impressive, since a python's muscles are usually strong enough to crush the heart or lungs of its prey within moments. Meanwhile, we see a jackal nearby, clearly eyeing the deal. Whether it's the badger or the snake, it doesn't seem to care. Maybe the jackal distracts the python for a split second, or maybe the badger somehow manages to loosen the grip on its own. Either way, the honey badger breaks free. What does it do next? Does it run away?
This little
Not a
dude.
chance. It shakes off the shock and immediately
And then it goes back in.
bites it over and over. The snake is dead. Then it
Yo,
stares
they are
at the jackal,
idiots.
drags the snake into the bushes and sits down to enjoy its well-earned dinner. Here's another wild clip. Two honey badgers
Hold on,
are
what?
released in
Well earned dinner.
drags the snake into the bushes and sits down to enjoy its well-earned dinner. Here's another wild clip. Two honey badgers are being
Yo,
released into the
flip
wild.
the
while
script,
people,
huh?
including cameramen and sound techs, gather around to watch. As soon as the gate opens, the badgers rush out. But before heading off, they make it clear they're not afraid to fight for their freedom. It's like they're saying, don't even think about chasing us. We'll make it impossible for you. The honey badger's message is simple. It doesn't matter how big you are. Leave me alone, or I'll fight back. Let's start with the basics. Honey badgers aren't very big. They're about the size of a house cat, but in the wild, they have to deal with predators much larger than themselves. Lions, hyenas, leopards, wild dogs, and all the other dangers of the African wilderness. Honey badgers are mostly found in Africa, where survival is no easy task. Every day, they face the risk of becoming a bigger predator's meal. On top of that, they have to deal with venomous snakes and scorpions. In
You don't
short,
care about
life
them?
among Africa's top predators is tough, especially when you're small. To survive, the honey badger uses every advantage it has and backs it
The
up
honey
with some
badger's
cleverness.
like, all right, go
They say
ahead.
the best defense
Bite
is
me
a good
2
offense,
times. I
and
fall
honey
asleep
badgers
with
live
you,
by
and
this
you still gonna be dead.
Here's a clip of an African lion, the king of the savannah, spotting what it thinks is an easy meal. A small animal it can quickly catch and eat. But unlucky for the lion, that small animal happens to be a honey badger. Instead of running away, the badger turns around and charges at the lion. This kind of reaction leaves big predators confused.
Looks
They're
like
not used to
Tor.
prey that fights back.
Dipsy.
Usually animals panic and run, which only encourages predators to chase them. But when the prey
That's
attacks,
exactly how
predators
they do
think
it
twice.
outside.
They wonder if the prey has poison, sharp spikes,
That's
or some other
exactly how
deadly
they do
trick. So what about honey badgers? Do they have a secret weapon? Their fearlessness isn't just about being crazy. It's backed by some impressive natural defenses. One of the most unique features of the honey badger is its thick, tough skin, especially around its neck and back. This skin can be up to 8 millimeters thick, and combined with dense, coarse fur, works like a bulletproof vest. People say a honey badger's skin is so tough, it can resist blows from spears or even machetes. Check out this video. Here, a honey badger goes head to head with a porcupine. Most animals would think twice before messing with those sharp quills, but not the honey badger. Even when the porcupine charges with its spikes raised, the badger doesn't back down. It's almost as if the quills don't bother it at all. But their battle might go deeper than it seems, as shown in this photo. What happened here? Did the porcupine survive? We'll never know for sure. The skin of this animal isn't just thick and tough. It's also lined with a layer of fat underneath. This makes it loose and flexible on its body. Because of this unique design, when a honey badger is grabbed by the neck by a leopard or a lion, it can twist and wriggle its way out of the predator's jaws and launch a counterattack. Now let's dive into the origin of the honey badger's name. This creature absolutely loves honey. And with such a strong love for honey, the honey badger naturally has to be resistant to bee stings. First of all, bees have a hard time piercing its tough skin, which is covered with stiff fur. But even if they do manage to sting it, the honey badger seems to have a certain resistance to venom. This allows it to withstand the assault of angry bees much longer than most animals could. The honey badger is also surprisingly resistant to the venom of scorpions and snakes, even highly venomous ones like cobras or black mambas, both of which the honey badger actively hunts. Sometimes the potent venom does make its way into the honey badger's bloodstream. For an animal of its size, this should be fatal. Yet there have been documented cases where a honey badger, accidentally bitten during an attack on a cobra, fell into a short 1-hour nap. Afterward, it woke up, finished its meal, and carried on as if nothing had happened. Venom clearly is harmless to the honey badger, but its body seems to neutralize it quickly. One theory suggests this resistance could stem from the fact that young honey badgers are exposed to toxins early in life. They are even fed venomous animals as part of their diet, but the honey badger's defense mechanisms don't stop at thick skin and venom resistance. It also comes equipped with a chemical weapon, similar to what a skunk uses. When infected, the honey badger can release a foul-smelling substance aimed at its attacker. The stench is so powerful that it often discourages predators from pursuing their attack. Interestingly, this chemical weapon might also have another use. Some researchers believe the smell calms bees when the honey badger raids wild beehives, making it easier for the animal to steal its sweet prize. The honey badger's coloring even resembles that of a skunk. These bold, contrasting black and white patterns are often nature's way of sending a clear warning to potential predators. Stay away. Such striking colors are easy to remember, and if a predator has an unpleasant encounter with a honey badger, it's likely to avoid anything resembling it in the future. One of the honey badger's most impressive assets is its incredibly long and strong.
All right, get you.
Okay, guys, so there's a 280-foot pit down in this cave. Edward's already been here twice.
Hell
He didn't make it all the way back, so we're going to see how far we can make it in here. Let's see how it goes.
You just gotta throw yourself off.
Hell no. I'll go to right there, that lip right there, and look down. Cool enough. The camera can't get there. I don't need to see it. God did not intend for me to see
I
it.
just like Tarzan in. So you go in out here?
You are tripping.
This is rough. How long does it go like this?
So much further.
What if something falls?
Oh, it's getting deeper.
It's raining.
A little bit, man.
We're in a pool now.
I know you've been scouted it for a while.
Is it getting any better?
No.
No. Worse.
I don't want the water.
That's so cold.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
This is where we're gonna put wetsuit on.
Wetsuit time? We only brought a wetsuit top.
You're gonna freeze, bro.
We'll see. Whoa, there's so many crawfish.
Yeah, there always is in this method. It's like Rocket Alley. Rocket Crawfish, that's great.
There's so many of them. They're dodging me too. Whew. It's getting deep.
Oh, you heard it?
Oh, yeah.
I would have been turned around.
That was not bad at all. We made it. Yes. My legs are much heavier now. So where do we go from here?
Ready for us? I think it goes down.
Why?
How do you know which way is downstream?
We'll take it right off.
I mean,
It's getting tight.
for the love of exploration,
This is
let's get it.
literally the part where the guy said, do not touch that ceiling.
Somebody tell me not to touch the ceiling. That's my side. I gotta go.
I see tape though. Yeah.
I'm good enough. I came right enough. How you gonna find your way back?
He's big again.
Yes.
Dude, check out this bacon. Wow, it glows so bright.
What is that?
Dang cool.
So great.
So onward, right?
You're getting that in your lip? That's nasty. Y'all out there without any kind of mouth protection. That's
Whoa. Flowstone Passage is starting, man.
that's mercury, not mercury, but
Check that out.
silk.
Yeah.
What do
Dude,
you
cricket
call
crystals. Cricket crystals.
it? Oh, that looks so. So I want to know how that got there.
Yeah, it's like it's red with honor.
Because it's perfectly shape.
Yeah, that's slick. That's the slick one.
Maybe
It's
they
even wider and
explain.
taller.
I want to know
That's
why.
where we're gonna get a giant tower,
When was that built?
We are?
They just shifted everything.
A split? Okay.
How long did it take to do
Go
that?
that way. I don't know. It looks big though. We might have to come back.
If somebody stole our road back here, we're gonna take out the inspect that.
Okay.
So what if the plate list just said,
Oh,
"You're out of here"?
it's getting so big.
That's
Oh.
beautiful. What if there's a big ass like shark stuck in there?
Wow.
Not a shark,
That is a
but
deep
like
lake. That's a swim spot. Are we going
snake.
swimming? If you want to. You want to? Dude, let's go swimming. Yeah? There's a mountain back
Did
there.
you test the water first?
Oh yeah, you just don't go off the edge.
Yo, they just doing
But
things.
dude, look at the glowing sea. Oh snap! Oh,
Yeah, they are. Honey badgers are
I'm coming in, brother! Wow! Oh, that's so cool. Oh. Yeah, that's cold. Oh yeah.
All right. That's cool. Let me find what's this? Pearls found in deep. I don't really care about pearls. I want to see. I seen this one. Did I see this one? No, I saw it on the whatchamacallit. I didn't watch it yet.
Did you say 4 or 5 shots to the face? A 14-year-old kid killed a random woman with an AR-15 over a minor fender bender. This little piece of gun down an innocent woman for basically no reason. This is a rough one. Let's get right into it, boys. Let's go.
A Colorado boy only 14 years old when he shoots and kills a mother.
Oh yeah, I seen this one. I saw this one. I seen that. All right, give me more. Give me more of the whatchamacallit. Oh. Let me go find this. Salvage Wavy. What's good, brother? I don't know. Productions. I can't even pronounce. Your boy Productions. What's up? What's going on? Any suggestions? I need to figure something. I'm gonna watch more of that like hunting joint. Not iguanas. We already thought of that. Baboons. Go always change it later on if it get too crazy. 10 months ago, 6.1 views. Look at this big. Oh no, baboons have a personality. I want to see like crocodiles. No. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. That's But I feel like they got personality. I mean, yeah, they take over stuff. They're gonna give you a reason why they do it.
Alrighty, we just arrived. We're hunting baboons.
Look at that.
Here's a classic example of what they do to this crop. Take a bite.
Yeah. I want to see them with the.
And just
They be
absolutely
really
destroy the crops. A
Air
farm is like
gun.
against rain. It's literally surrounded by mountains. So they could be anywhere. They could be on this mountain. They could be on this mountain. We don't know. So if you're looking for an action-packed primate hunting video, I've got a bunch of those on the channel. I'm going to link them at the end.
I heard. Let's go. Let's get this going.
I just wanted to first balloon about 800 meters. I'm going to get tucked away under this bush while they're still very far away, trying to video for you guys. Typical balloon hunting fashion. First one to make a wrong move loses. 2 males have circled behind me.
That's
Now upwind from
crazy. Look at
I can
that.
spot one very far sitting by himself,
That's beautiful.
which is not an option. So now I'm thinking, do I circle around and try and make a move on these nails but risk getting seen?
Bro, I wish I had the
Or I
patience.
just hang back and wait for potentially this ball coming over the hill. But it's been a good hour and a half and I haven't seen any movement other than the solo baboon on the hill. It's also a possibility that the rest of the gang slipped around this mountain. Okay, now to make things more interesting, I've just spotted another baboon through this tree I'll show you guys a close up of it now. This might be the two that snuck around behind me, but they're not far away from me. So basically, at this point in time, I'm surrounded by balloons.
Python hunting. That's you gotta get hands on with it. That's the fun
stuff.
stuff.
Freaking easily.
Give me a good one.
This really unreal, this fake. Okay, here we go. Patience is fatal. The whole crew's coming down the mountain. I've just been very, very patient.
Damn.
50, at least 50. So I think I might shift positions to get a little bit of altitude to cover this whole basin a little bit better. And I'm going to go below that. Because where I'm at currently, I've got a very small shooting window, so I might try my luck and shift here if I can. But loads of ice into this valley.
Hunting pythons for 40 nights in a row sounds interesting.
Guys, I just saw a review man possibly 50 meters behind me. If the closest I'll ever be to a baboon in my whole life. And they launches, waiting on the big group, so. Holy moly. Okay, it's game on.
With a rifle. There we go. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I don't want to see this. I do, but my attention span is off. I got the phone in my hand. Look at these look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Shot at him. They never even flinch. I mean, I guess thinking about it from a human perspective, I kind of understand. I get it. Man, this arrow hit them and they came unglued. They were not dead and they were not happy.
Of course they're not dead.
I think that's the bow and arrow. Pin them together. That's too much I gotta worry about when we walk around here. One of the craziest things I've ever done in my entire life, man. I mean, we see these two snakes in the road and they're all tangled up and they're standing off the ground about that high. So we put stock on them and down, sure enough, they'll shut them and pin them both to the ground.
Hey everybody, I'm Steve Crane, the Dog Soldier, and today on American Air Gunner, we're out west. I'm going to show you guys the Colt Peacemaker, 177 caliber pellet pistol, full metal replica, runs off CO2 with 12 grain cartridge and shoots about 380 feet per second. We're going rattlesnake hunting. Today is going to be epic. Now the Colt Peacemaker is one of the most famous handguns in history, so it's a very authentic replica. You could use this for reenactments, plinking, but the Colt Peacemaker is probably better for plinking than hunting. It's adequate to kill small game, but you're going to have to be close. Now the 12 gram CO2 cartridge is tucked right here nicely into the handle. Now, if you take it off safety, put it on half cock, you can move the cylinder just like on the real Peacemaker. The cartridges, I already have these loaded, but the pellet is tucked in nicely into the cartridge. You have 6 shots. You just put the pellet nicely into the cartridge, put it back into the handgun. Let your hammer down just like a real Peacemaker. And what I like about this Peacemaker is that this will allow you to have fun at home. It will allow you to teach your children firearm safety with handguns. It's inexpensive and it's fun. All right, now here I got my target. If you guys notice, I'm about 3.5 feet. When I find my snake, I'm going to poke him. I'm going to get him in striking stance. I'm going to get down low with him. Then I'm going to draw my Peacemaker. Dead snake. Dead snake.
Bro, sure.
I tell you what, this shooting rattlesnakes with pellet guns is fun, but you got to be within a couple feet or 3 feet.
That's what I'm saying.
Or I do. I want to make sure I kill them. You know, I want to get a good clean shot on their head because I skin them out. And really today is not ideal because it's windy. But y'all probably don't talking too much. But the more talking we do, hopefully we'll get a snake to rattle at us. Sometimes them things don't rattle, and that's the kind that hurts you. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Okay, it's right here. This is what we're after right here. We're peacemaking. This is the real deal, boys. Be careful. That's a 4-footer, guys. Right here.
Oh, we gotta get it sitting right
Gotta get his head right, guys. Be careful. Yeah. Easy. We're 2 foot. It's like, easy. Walk in. Okay, we got him.
Yeah, but what if the head flies back at you?
Okay, now,
That's
We gotta
too
wait just a
close,
second.
bro.
I don't mean wait 2 minutes and just, I'm not gonna run in there and grab you. That snake's still deadly, still dangerous. The Colt
Nah, bro,
Peacemaker
that's too
by
close.
Umarex, 177 caliber, performed flawlessly. Once again, I'm Steve Crine, the Dog Soldier. This is American Air Gunner with the Colt Peacemaker replica by Umarex.
Hold on, let's go back.
I'll see you guys down the road.
Don't, you know, guys.
Well, I've done this about 30 years, and I'm a taxidermist. And I love the excitement of catching them, for one, for the adrenaline rush you get out of it. It's kind of addictive. In the beginning, I was just going to catch a couple and be done with it. I thought, this is a good way to get bit. And I really wanted one to mount, one to have the skin. I said I'd never do it again. And I did that, and then it's become like a 10-point buck. You get an 8, you want a 10, you get a 5-foot rabbit, you want a 6-foot rabbit, you want 20 rabbits. So I've been looking for a 7-footer for close to 30 years. And I've got them mounted in my home. I've got belts, I've got hat bands, different things, And 90%, probably 99% of these snakes are released. And our laws here in Oklahoma, the season starts March 1st, and it runs through June 30th. And by Oklahoma Wildlife Department laws, these things have to be released or killed by September 30th. And the reason for that is, so if you are going to release them, these guys got enough
Also,
time to
guess
get
what?
back into
I'm
the
not
wild
walking my ass in that field
and catch a few
anymore.
meals before they go back into hibernation.
March 1st, you out looking for
Like I say,
rattlesnakes, bro?
I've grown
Nah,
fond of
bro.
these things. I'm a Native American Indian.
I'm not walking back in
These
that
things
field.
are in religious ceremonies, and the snake clan is one of the clans. The Hopis and the Navajos, they have a snake dance, and it's to bring rain for their crops. And the reason we have snakes, period, is for the control of mice and rats. And they said if we didn't have snakes, we wouldn't have a wheat crop. I've been bit twice, once hunting, once handling, and once mounting. And I got a little bit of a cut. That's why I tell all my people that don't even wear some gloves, if you got a little cut on your hand or something, and a little bit of venom gets in it. And as you seen, we caught a snake yesterday down around Eufaula that the venom just poured out of it. When you get bit by one, it is some unbelievable pain. Feels like the way I describe it is if you bust your finger with a big old hammer, miss a nail, you know how that feels. Feels like that about every 20 seconds. And 9 times out of 10, you can grab this snake and he won't do nothing. And very rarely will they rattle. They'd rather just lay there and depend on their camouflage and let you just walk right on by. And I guarantee you, we've walked by a bunch of snakes today. I don't know. They say for everyone you catch, you pass two. And, that probably ain't far off. But we hunt them in the early March, and preferably after about 3 warm days, around 70, close to 70, 67, 68, 2 days in a row. And then the third day, we don't like a lot of wind. And they're just like us. Once they like around 70 degrees, they'll come out. Just like you out on your porch in the morning having coffee, you'll get
70
warmed up,
degrees
back
high.
up in the shade. Once it gets too hot, they move back up under the rocks and lay in the shade. It's cool under some of these old rocks without any cracks and crevices. And, and when I was young, I used to carry a jack up in these hills. When I was in my 20s, and jack up rocks. I was gung-ho.
I thought we was going like shooting.
Hey, and welcome back, all of the critter lovers and ecology enthusiasts, for part 3 of our hunting invasive Burmese pythons 40 nights consecutively. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, make sure you go watch those first. In this video, we remove some giant pythons and find some really cool natives as well. Thanks so much for watching.
Snatchling.
Number 2 is like, doesn't say anything. This animal can eat deer in just a few years.
I'm sorry, you can't say it, buddy. You're so pretty.
It's like you see me.
Snatchling. Aw, you're so nice. Aw. I feel bad.
I always feel bad.
Oh yeah, good size snake.
Don't trust no snake.
Good grab, Megan.
Woohoo! Woo!
Nice. Need to grab head for you?
I got that over. Yeah. Literally never caught a snake here in the past 3 years. And this year, what is this, like 8? What an animal. Oh, no. You okay? I can't believe how much this one's fighting. I guess I can entirely. Some give up immediately, others do not. So
No,
grab
I
a
wanna
mega.
see
She's got it
hunting
around there.
What's the name of those
What you doing?
stupid
Oh, yeah.
things?
What?
I think hogs.
Finally getting into some good sized snakes too. No more of those 6-footers and hatchlings, right? We're gonna get a ton more hatchlings, but this is, yeah, a little dark. Oh, here comes it. He said, what'd you say? Did you say something?
Yeah, 25th python in the past 7 days.
I'm good on that. Pow! Damn. Oh, yeah, his boys will. How you know to tick off? Skirt. Pop his ass. Oh, you probably can't. Oh, maybe you can. Got his ass. Oh, hunting coyotes. Let me listen to King Von. That's got to be such a relief. He put down like 10 of them. Damn, he popping them from all week.
Hey, what's up, bud?
That's got to be fun. I know they got that right here. Javelina hunting. Javelina hunting. Yeah. Hunting javelina. Yeah. Do they do rainforest hunting? What's this? Add that up there.
Oh, hell yeah. Crikey!
437 pounds, 340. What? How did what? £437. That's crazy. Look at the size of them compared to the. Let off on the pups, can you?
What was it?
Right in the ass. Damn. Oh, that's nasty. I don't care what it is. You shoot something in that. That's. Ugh. You shot the thing. That thing probably couldn't get up if it wanted to, if it fell on its side. Ran in the perfect time. Good job, buddy. 366. Just don't shoot the skunk. Oh yeah. Who run? Oh yeah, they like the. I can't do that barehanded snake catching. No, from a distance, cool. Give me a mask and all, because I'm not trying to. I believe something touched me. What was I? Airborne. Aerial view of. Looks like a firing squad. Bro, I won't trust you with that damn thing mount. You gotta really trust somebody to have a gun behind you like that. And they just be moving around. But do they leave them there? That's the question. You know, I'm sure they do. You shoot the way they shoot them, sporadic like that. I mean, erratic. Just got to drop from this. All right, we're on to the next.
Welcome.
Let's get this going.
As dawn approaches, the gobblers sound up.
Pop him. What you waiting on, buddy?
This gobbler just can't seem to figure out why those decoys won't move.
Come on. Let's get this shot clean. Take it too damn long. Damn.
And now we seem to be content feeding in this field.
Bro, I'm good. You just let this just walk around like that. Thought we was gonna get to the action.
I've hunted a lot with a crossbow, but I've never been strong enough to pull back my compound bow. But now I can, and I'm going hunting for a javelina with my purpley pink compound bow. Javelinas have big teeth, and they're kind of scary, but we're stocking up on them this time, and I was really scared. When we finally got up to him, he kind of kept turning around and looking that way and then looking that way, and it was kind of scary because it looked like bring it on, you know, he knew something was going on. When he turned sideways, I took my shot, and it was perfect.
Damn. I saw that bow.
I just shot my first javelina with my bow, my first animal bow, and I was so excited I thought he was going to attack me, but he didn't. Woo! My dad has always told me I have to wait 15 or 20 minutes to find a deer or whatever you shot. This is going to be a long wait. Well, there's some blood on the arrow, so I made it definitely. There wasn't a lot of penetration from the arrow, but I know I made a good
Look
shot.
at that arrow. That's crazy. I
We
wouldn't
got
want
really
to
close so I
touch
could get a
my
good
head.
shot on his javelina. And when we got there, he would not turn sideways. He kept wanting to look at me. All he wanted to do was look at me. And finally, he turned sideways. I drew back and got a good shot, and I took it. Check out these teeth. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I've shot a rifle a lot, and I've shot a crossbow, but I've never shot anything with my bow. And then I shot this, and I hit him right here. And I think that's pretty good for my first shot. I guess that makes me a bow hunter, huh?
A few years ago, my uncle actually got a new dog named Joey. Now, Joey wasn't a perfect dog. He had 3 legs and was born with a potato as a heart, but that didn't make Joey anything less than a part of our family. Well, a couple months ago, on a moonlit starry night, Joey was out having a good time in the yard, you know, probably peeing on bushes and barking at trees and stuff. When all of a sudden, a pack of coyotes came down from the mountain, kidnapped Joey, took him up to the top of the mountain where they finally ripped him apart and ate him for a midnight snack. Only for me, a couple days later, she was rolling up on that mountain and found the remains Joey and his potato heart. So by the end of this video, after we killed the coyote that killed Joey, we're going to eat it. Let's stop wasting time. Let's get started. So step 1 to coyote trapping is to get out your gear. Now for bobcat and fox, I like to use a smaller MB450, but for coyote, I step it up to MB550. Coyotes are just a lot bigger animals, have bigger feet, and are way stronger, which is why it's way more common to have pets killed by coyotes than fox or even bobcat. And although you can catch coyotes in smaller traps, to be super effective at it, you really do need a bigger trap. And another special piece of equipment we're going to use for coyotes is red fox pea. Now besides the bigger trap and the usage of fox pea, everything about trapping bobcat, fox, and coyotes are all exactly the same. You find a good location where you know there's a ton of coyotes. Now for me to find those coyotes, I had a bunch of trail cameras out, so I have video proof that they're in the area. But if you don't have cameras, you look for traps, you look for coyote dookie, you look for fur, look for carcasses, bones, anything like that, and those are all pretty good signs that you're in a spot with a lot of coyotes. And you can't go wrong with a simple dirt hole set. Now the dirt hole set's pretty simple. First thing, you have to bed your trap in and make it feel like it's not even there. You do this by burying the trap and then sprinkling the dirt over top of it. It's pretty simple and not that difficult. Now for the other part of the set, you punch a dirt hole as deep as you can get it, about 12 inches perfect, at an angle. This is where you're going to put your bait, as far deep down in the hole as you possibly can. I'm using a little weird bait. I was actually using meatballs because I ran out of my normal bait, and since this hole's at an angle, in order for the predator to look down the hole and investigate, he has to put his feet right over top of your trap. And this is where I come in with the fox bait. I'm going to just come in with that pea right over the top.
This man is making money.
And
I'm watching all
you may be wondering why we're using fox bait.
4
Well, coyotes are
million
kind of like the bully of the
subscribers.
woods. They will specifically
You got
hunt down
another
and
one.
kill foxes just to eliminate
582.
competition. And a lot of times, that's why they're killing people's dogs, because the coyotes see the dogs as competition. And another question you may have is, how exactly did I get this fox bait?
I was tripping when I decided not to go.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we catch one in the next 3 days. And this is where we come into trapping strong suit. What makes trapping so effective is that
Let me
these
go
traps
ahead and
work
be nice
24
so I
hours a
can
day, 7 days
give
a
me
week,
some
and that you can put out
subscribers.
as many that you can check. So for me, I'm head on out and keep setting these traps. I'll catch you guys in a few days, hopefully whenever we get one. Alright guys, as you can tell, it's nighttime, and as you can probably also tell, we're using thermal optics, which means they can see heat. You've probably already figured this out by now, but we're coyote hunting high. Let me show you the tools we're going to be using, and then we're going to get right out there and do it. This is actually the color we're going to be using, but this is an Icotech or something like that. I don't know, guys. They just gave it to me like 3 years ago. It works pretty good. Next up, I have a tripod. Now this thing's pretty important because it's going to help me get really stable shots in weird positions. And last but definitely not least is my AR-15 with a thermal optic up top. And then I lock it into the tripod just like that so that I can scan really easy and have super stable shots. Just this for Joey, we're doing this for him and for others like him.
Somebody come get Travis some quick. Got him.
No way. No way. We just killed a stinking coyote. That's crazy. That's our first spot. That worked perfectly. He was going to come on in closer too. I cannot wait to turn the lights on and show you guys how we're actually set up. Like it's actually kind of fun.
I don't know if it really made sense, but literally there's the truck, and we just hopped out, set the call like right up there, and then the coyote we shot's right over there. But we just stepped out, sat right there, and boom, there we go. But guys, from what I've been told, to the light advice from Cincy Outdoors, he does a lot of coyote hunting. He told me like coyotes at night, they're on a different level of stupid. Like, I mean, I don't know what to say, but we literally just shot a coyote like that right there, and I don't make the rules. That's just what happened. Let's go get him. Check him out, baby. He's not a huge coyote. Right beside that glove, which is always a good place. I don't know. He's not tiny. He's not a tiny coyote. He's a great coyote to take out. I shot him right there in the chest, and he just tumbled over and he's dead. So it's actually a sheep, which is not a bad one to take out. Everybody comment below justice for Joey. That's one more coyote that can't kill other dogs like Joey. Now, legally in Kentucky, you have to check your traps every 24 hours. And on the third day, we had some. All right, guys, it's been about 3 days since we set those coyote traps, and we got them. When you're out here trapping, catching a coyote is literally the most rewarding animal you can catch. Of course, bobcats and red fox are cool, but nothing's more meaningful than taking out one of these coyotes. Not only do they kill wild animals like squirrels, rabbits, turkeys, but they also go after animals like little Joey, who is literally just minding his own business, peeing on bushes and stuff. Everybody go in the comments and spam RIP Joey. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. And they go after people's livestock, which is literally their job. And to top it all off, check out this graph. Coyotes aren't even native to the eastern United States, and they didn't even live in Kentucky up to about 50 years ago. So every coyote that we can take out, getting that much closer to how Kentucky was actually meant to be. All right, so the first coyote's been caught, but I tell you right now, in this video and for my entire trapping season, we got to get a lot more than just one.
You know this time is over.
All right, guys, this coyote is down. With the coyote, all his weapons are right up here in his mouth. If you get that right there from the neck of a deer, it's going down. I tell you what, guys, I know for a fact we're not done because I have so many more on trail camera that I've still not been able to get yet. And so for our next step, reset this trap so that it can keep on hunting for us. And just like that, this coyote trap has been taken care of and completely reset. Over the next 2 weeks, I would literally get every single animal that roams in Kentucky walking over these traps and completely ignore them. I'm talking coons, deer, and even the predators we're targeting, like fox and coyotes. Every now and again, they'd come over and sniff the set, but they would never care enough to actually commit. We even got a giant black bear, which passed through the area a couple times, and he also didn't really care about the set, which is kind of good, because if I did catch a bear, I'll be honest, guys, I had no idea what I would even do. And then after 14 days, we finally had a coyote that was pretty hungry. And he really wanted our meatballs. And here we go, boys.
God.
We got some stinking coyote in the trap. We ain't gonna get too close to him. He's barely caught in the back foot, so we don't want to mess with him too much. But yeah, coyote number 2 is in the trap, and this is the same coyote we're gonna be cooking here in a few minutes. He's actually not the biggest one ever, but
He said cooking.
he looks pretty healthy and everything except his
You ever
tail.
thought
His tail's
about
all
eating some
raggedy. It's
coyote?
really not fluffy, but we're gonna pull it. That's
I don't
we're
think
gonna
I
take
have.
care of it. All right, guys. So for me, I actually like to shoot him behind the shoulder, which is in the lungs and stuff. It kills them really good, and there's not nearly as much blood. So here we go, right behind the shoulder. Shouldn't take too long for him. This coyote is down. Pretty decent sized coyote. Not bad, not bad. This dude definitely killed a cow this time. At least a cow. But after this coyote, we're going to take it on home, get it skinned up, get the fur handled, and then we're going to take it on to the kitchen and figure out how in the world are we going to eat a coyote. Step 1, move it over to the hanger thing. This is going to hang it up, so while we skin it. But anyway, there's a couple different ways you can skin out animals. For this one, I'm going to case skin. That's where the whole body is actually like a tube, rather than all laid out in one big part. I'm just going to come in here for a second and tell you, this is the coyote skin. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, it ain't supposed to look like this. It's supposed to look like this. All right, now to get the meat, most people don't eat coyotes at all, and I'm really not sure what part to get or what exactly to do with it. So this coyote is mainly just experimental. I think we're going to go with the back straps. Hope for the best. And that right there is at least part of a coyote back strap. Looks like something you buy in the supermarket, don't it? That was a joke. It definitely does. Now to cook this coyote, I'm going for my world famous recipe, coyote macaroni. It's kind of like beef macaroni, but like without the beef. And with coyote, we're going to cook our 85-cent macaroni and cheese. This is pretty simple. You just put water in a pot, heat it up, put the noodles in, boil the noodles up until they're soft and finished. Then you bring it off, strain out the water, put the cheese powder in, mix it all together. Boom, your macaroni and cheese is done. It's that simple. As for the coyote, we're going to trim off the silver skin and the fat. We have really good meat to work with. What piece of coyote is this? What part of the coyote do you think this is? It's tongue. Yes. Then we're going to dice it up into small cubes, add some seasoning, throw it in the pan with some oil, and then cook it till it's done. This is when you're going to pull out a pan, pour an oven-safe bowl, put some macaronis in it, put the coyote in the bowl, and mix it all together real good. Next, you get your shredded cheese, sprinkle some over the top, and you're going to throw that thing in the oven for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. When the cheese on top will start to get brown, you know it's done. All right, here we go.
Bro, what did you just make? What in the world kind of macaroni and cheese is that?
It smells like a dog. You want some?
What is it?
Deer.
Deer and macaroni.
Mm-hmm.
Can you got this, friend?
He said,
Is it short here?
What's it taste like? Does it taste?
That chewing gum.
You think it's deer?
I have no idea.
All right. Deer.
Tastes like chewing gum.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. Cody macaroni isn't a world famous recipe, and it's
Yeah,
honestly
I'm
kind
about
of
to
nasty. So yeah. Look, if you want to say eat a possum, it tastes a lot better, I promise. We're over here for a big bear hunt in West Virginia, where we also ate the bear.
Damn, he got all that. I could be stuck on his page.
Yeah, look at this show. Got a damn good show. All right, so black on black violence strikes again. Yeah, black people can make anything violent.
Facts.
Right, so this is a track meet, right? And this girl she's trying to pass, she hits her. You can totally
She
tell.
started
Yeah, that was on
wheeling
purpose.
on
Yeah,
her.
look at that. Yeah. She's not like that. She said, like that. Yeah, like I'll slow it down. Put that 25. Have speed. You need to go back. Yeah, there's something again. You got a concussion. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, here we go. You going into her lane. Yep. You going into her lane. She passes you, and you actually reach back and swat her in the head. Yeah. That's not a
See
normal
everybody
motion while
look,
you're
right?
running. That is nuts. But she got interviewed, and they did a whole story on her own.
Tonight, a Portsmouth family says they're
I'm sick. What?
Tonight, a Portsmouth family says they're telling their side of the story in reference to a shocking incident at a Virginia High School League indoor track meet that left one athlete allegedly injured after she claimed she was struck by a baton held by icing from high school
She
senior.
claimed it's on camera.
Exclusively to tonight, your side's Martin Jackson, who brings us much more.
The young athlete in question says there's more to that video than meets the eye.
Everybody else
So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental right.
It's not about
You
feelings or
cute,
emotions.
but
It's about
you
being
just
objective. Yeah, and about being
gotta
accountable.
take that out, bro. You
You
did what you did.
turned a track relay
Into
an
a
assault.
yeah, right.
That's
That's crazy.
It's not, you know that dude that died on hockey ice? Maybe he was struck by that black dude. I mean, black people have a knack for just turning silence.
Alayla Everett is a decorated athlete and senior at
I've been
UC
watching
High
them
School.
since I was in
Trip to the
college.
Class 3 track and field state finals
05,
last Tuesday, but
no
tickets left to turn.
6.
They're going up at one angle.
Alayla,
I
this
remember
is
they was all
because of this
muscular. They
video
sit
from the
there,
news. This is a 4x200 meter relay race, and she and a Brookville High School athlete were rounding a curve on the track when they nearly collided with each other.
That's like Ray Rice. Oh, no, Ray Rice when he put this girl fake. I was like, oh, that's just one angle.
And what the guy hit her all the time, got stuck behind her back like this, and it broke up her back.
That's like Puff Daddy said, well.
And it rolled up her back. But how did this happen? Like 4 times. How did that happen?
I put my arms in and she got hit.
Appears
The
intentional.
lies
Alayla
you
says it was
tell.
accidental.
But I got my attention, said I was never.
She swung back. She cocked back, bro. Look at
Look just like a daddy. Look just like a daddy. Look like daddy. Spit her out of his mouth. She looked just like a daddy. Yeah.
Her parents outraged at the backlash. The IC Northam relay team was disqualified, a ruling that a local
Of
USA track
course.
and field official finds questionable. He says a play-by-play look shows that the Brookville athlete was running closely to Alayla.
Stop real quick. The best thing y'all can do is just
Who
shut up.
cares? That's her space.
That's what you should do. That's how white people probably have.
That's her
That's
lane.
what you do. Stop talking. Because the more you double down, the worse you're gonna look.
You should
That's
never
it.
even-
That's it with you. Yeah, look at this. Look at this angle. What? You're in a relay. Who runs track like that?
Right?
Look at this little bike. Yeah, it's like this. Yeah. The only reason why you got this baton in your hand like this is because you're chasing her because you're about to hit her. Yeah. Look at her baton right here. Look at her baton. Look at her baton right here. Yeah. It's down there by your waist. Yeah. Look at her. Yeah. Nobody taught you to run like that.
Nobody.
That
Nobody.
is crazy. You were almost in her lane too. Yeah. Yeah. The girl you hit, this is her lane. Yeah. You kept staying, you ran like right here. Look how much lane she got in her lane. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
man,
Because she followed
Stacey,
over. Why
LA.
you going up in her lane? Because you're trying to nudge her out the way from passing you. And when that didn't work, I'll just bash her brains in.
Yo.
That's gonna be the thumbnail. We have stereotypes for a reason. Man, that is astonishing how you can take the most simplest sport, the most innocent sport, and black people just make it violent. Yeah, that girl got a concussion. That's crazy.
I was
The best
sooner.
thing you
Nah, I
do is
wouldn't.
practice some, what do you call it, accountability? Yeah, some personal responsibility. Y'all actually going on the news.
She went on the news and lied.
Instead of pleading your case. Yeah,
Right?
that's crazy. People are live when it's video.
I had Tourette's.
Outside, they got a full squad ahead of me before they can cut in front of me.
No, you don't. Who is this dude? I don't know. Continue Curtis this, but it must be a certified official USAT. Nah, he don't do that. He's trying to defend her. Yeah.
The other family spoke with a news station in Roanoke asking for an apology.
See, going around the track, going into her lane. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
just
that girl
give me
is
an
in front of you and
apology,
She cut you
good.
out. She's just an aggressive runner. Yeah. Yeah, but they teach you to be aggressive in track. Yeah. Look at this. Watch them go around.
The other family spoke with a news station in Roanoke asking for an apology from Alayla, something she wants to give, but she says the other athlete hasn't been receptive, blocking her on social media, and instead the Everett family was served with
I think she was just mad, and she was just like, I don't think she really meant to hit the girl. It's just my dad got
You know what that's what your daughter learned it from. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Did
See,
you ever
that's
watch
what
this
I'm
track
saying.
in the living room? What is that?
Them
The
some
boombox?
big
Boombox?
ass speakers, bro.
Man, I mean, my family's crazy.
You
We
could
had
at
a
least
bed in
move it
the
out of
living
the
room.
way.
We had a bed in the living room.
They're assuming my character,
throwing
calling me
parties
ghetto,
in the
racist
living room.
slurs, death threats, all of this.
Oh man, you crying racism now? Yeah, I mean, if they did call you some ugly names,
That's a black
you
chick that you hit.
You took a baton and hit a girl in the back of the head. I thought Black Lives Matter.
Just because of a 9-second video.
Just because I don't care if it's a 3-second video. All I need is half a second.
HSL says they are still reviewing the situation, and Portsmouth Public Schools says they will support whatever ruling comes from the league. Markeisha Jackson, so
Man, come
She
on.
curved up. Marquisha. Oh my God.
You look like a savior to me. Man, you're a beautiful black woman.
Yeah.
Dump that name, Marquisha.
Right? Get rid of
Yeah,
that.
that's this is
Throw that to
man,
the
like, this
side.
video fits all kinds of stereotypes.
Mm.
And what is a stereotype? It's pattern recognition. That's what it is. Pattern recognition. Yeah, there's a lot. Here's the actual interview. Yeah, listen. Listen
She's a
exactly what's
pretty
going on.
girl.
Yeah, listen.
Follow my Instagram and text me because they know it's not in my character. Even other tracks,
Smoke detector.
things
Yep.
like Norview.
That's what I was thinking too back in.
Because they know it's not in my character.
You ain't put the goddamn what kind of bar battery is it?
people who don't know you at all making comments like that.
Here we go.
She's an actress.
Man, it's all kinds of smoke detectors. Yeah.
She gonna be on TV now. if She do it the right way.
Man, this is
I mean,
crazy.
she already on TV.
This is how many go. These crimes, you got like multiple smoke
She's
detectors
an
going on.
actress,
And you in trouble for hitting a girl in the back of the head with a baton.
and
I
she's
mean,
still
Saturday
finding
Night
a
Live could not write a
way.
better script. I mean,
It's like
apologize.
they're going off of one angle. Like,
Why does it go like
I know what happened, but I can't. I don't have enough. Like they went on the news. I'm just a person by myself. Nobody's gonna believe me because I can admit from the video it does look purposeful, but I know my intentions and I would never hit some.
Well, what was your intention? Listen, I believe her. She said she never.
She ain't ugly when she cried, though. I tell you that
I mean,
much.
everybody got their breaking point. I mean, you understand the
It's the baby hairs
you
for
lose it.
me, though.
You lost your cool and you back to the back of the head.
Somebody on purpose because of jealousy.
Yes, that's why they jealousy. Yeah. You don't know why you're jealous of that girl. I didn't see her close. You're a beautiful, attractive black female.
Right?
You just need to be accountable for your actions. Yeah.
It's plenty of people. I know not the best at track. I applaud her for being such a great runner. I would never hit somebody because of jealousy. And it's like, at the end of the day,
How you laugh though?
I'm sorry. I didn't like.
There you go.
I didn't intentionally
That's what she
hit
did.
her. I didn't know it was gonna cause a concussion. I didn't know all this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I would never do that to somebody on purpose.
Damn, bro.
Think about her intellect in the race. Oh, she passed it. Let me shut up so I can pass her up. She's gonna grab it. Oh my head. Oh yeah, I got you. Nobody's gonna see me doing this.
Right?
Yeah, y'all should just from the moment this empty starts.
That looks like a smile.
Your parents beside you. We're still trying to build. I gotta go to court. We're gonna take care of this. Shot to the girl who was injured. We're so sorry this happened. Reach out to me. I'll take care of your doctor bill. So that's what the gist of this
That's
interview
what-
is
that's
about.
what she
Yeah,
said.
that's one of the bigger comments. Yeah, no accountability. She did not cut in. You faded out into her path. Exactly. That was deliberately done. You just said be removed from track for life. Put batteries in your smoke detector, please. I got a 3 Yeah, she calls it an accident, but what she means is that she feels sort of bad about it because she got caught.
Yeah.
I believe her. I believe her, just like I believe there is nationwide shortage of not fault. This is full of BS. First huge cry highlighted by the smoke detector beat is fantastic comedy. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when I first saw it.
And be criminally charged. You are sitting there laughing justify criminal actions. Yeah. Let's smile and do this delight. She's intentionally dead. Besides, we can all see it on the video, and then crime makes her the victim. Yeah, she is a liar. Yeah. This sums it up.
She
This
was
is
smiling.
a microcosm of what's wrong with the black community. There's no accountability. Yeah.
None.
She has both parents. Yeah. But both parents are giving an excuse for what happened. Yeah. It's on up to it. Mm-hmm. It's on up to it.
I'm one to be talking though.
Maybe I'm just a sellout. I don't know.
When it comes to play basketball, I don't need to apologize for the middle of the game. Like nobody does it. And I'm not the type to hit somebody on purpose.
How you go from-
Oh, you crying? I mean, I bet this. You know what? Yeah, I bet this girl is a real nice girl. I can tell. Right? Just lost her cool. She just lost her cool. Yeah. She's probably never did. She's probably an angel. Shut up. You lost me with that.
She's probably an angel.
Tracking all kinds of kids. She doesn't sound ghetto. She's just not being accountable. You know? She sounds like a sweet girl.
She's an actress.
Do you think she's a sweet girl? She just lost her cool. You think this is like an anomaly? Kids make mistakes. I get that, Kevin, but you was in track and field. I never ran from track and field. What's wrong with you? What do you make excuses for? I don't mean to make excuses for, but what pains me, she's probably a good person and she's not being accountable. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, all right. Can't think about it. How is he even trying to track me into an assault?
I remember these niggas was big as hell.
Oh, you black
Talking about lifting.
Purpose. Like I've never been in a fight. I've always been on the road. I never get called home.
You've been fighting on the road. Hey, you might be on to something. Yeah, she's a sweet girl. Girls on the road.
I ain't never been in a fight, but I guess I'm crazy.
So just people making. Like,
One day you're gonna be mad you ain't get in a
they're
fight.
assuming my character, calling me ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video. And you know,
We expect you. She's
I have a lot of support people around me,
Shut it up.
so I love them for that. And like, I know it's not affecting this
just
like a
a
lot
little guy,
more.
that's all.
I'm confident in myself. I know what I did. Nobody's gonna make me think that I did something that I didn't do. So that's
You
what
look, you
I'm
cute. Somebody gonna say
know,
fuck you.
it's just a lot of the whole world against me. And
The whole
my
world
friends-
ain't
my
against you.
friends-
Just
I know this. Yeah. What we doing for this video?
you did
Black
it.
people, y'all need some white friends. The black family needs a white friend. Instead of cameraman needs a white cameraman with them. And the woman that's selling recording stores, you need to get rid of that horrible name, Mark Teacher.
Mark
Hey,
T.
it's not
Gray.
real black. He just needs to practice some accountability, some personal responsibility. We just talked about the old race.
Yo, my girl swung.
They don't too much. What grounds with much? Lunch, cutch. Nah, what the worries me? Haven't done my taxes. I'm too turned up. Ooh, yeah, that's flash right there. Plus, I don't think I've ever paid taxes. Yo, Drake, what up? Future, so what's up? This is my girl, Joanne.
Oh my gosh, hi Drake.
Oh, yeah. Nice to meet you. I'm busy right now. You've been talking for a while now, you know what I mean? I think it's time we take that next step.
So you want me to be your girlfriend?
Yeah, I want you to be my girlfriend.
Of course I'll be your girlfriend. Of course.
So let's make this official then. Be my girlfriend. Hey, Keisha, go get that bottle of Henny from upstairs. Let's celebrate. No problem, I got you. Wagwan, Dad. Come here.
That accent, Drake.
Oh, you don't like it? Don't worry. I change it up all the time. Come here.
Just the way I change it up all the
Why
time.
you bring up the past? I thought you was into the future. And that's me, baby. Why you with that news? Why you with pop pills, drink syrup? See my new house? You can live there if you want.
You would let me stay at your house?
Of course you can. Anything to get you from that. Come with me.
Okay.
Anything to get you from me.
Hey, look, you found me swearing.
You sound like
Joy,
Diddy.
Drake, where everybody go? Thank you.
I'm looking all over this on my phone.
In 2022, I embarked on a hunt for a leopard unlike any other, a massive, ruthless leopard known as Hannibal. He had earned his name by killing and eating his own kind. Many had tried and failed to harvest Hannibal, but our team ultimately succeeded in tracking him down and harvesting him with a bow and arrow. Now, in 2024, I returned to the wilds of Tanzania, hunting yet again another leopard. But this time, we were hoping for an even bigger, more dominant, monstrous leopard. This is that story.
All right.
Last day of the safari. Oh my God. It is day 21 of our 21 day safari. I mean, this is really incredible. Last night we built a beautiful
21 days.
connected.
Bro.
We heard the monkeys this morning. And
What you been eating?
literally, I have to give my credit here because 3 days ago he's like, we should shoot one more zebra. And I think we're still in the game here. And you guys have to put this in perspective. That was day
Shooting
17.
zebra.
That's the thing ahead is that the migration's been so we can see 10,000 wildebeest every day. And finally the wildebeest left. And suddenly the ravens have enough.
I'm gonna need y'all to go to work and do what you gotta do. Stop playing with me. Oh, they got a bow. That's why they can do it in 21 days. 26 nights, 27 nights.
It's here. He's dead.
Oh man, I missed the shot. Who cares? Whatever.
You're so lucky, Jada. You got a loving family. My family left me there for weeks. The things I saw, the things they did to me.
Nah, you got no idea, man. I was 10 at my first week off, dude.
But Will,
My pops is who you think he is. See, everybody knows him as a charismatic good guy. But I know the real Will. I know the monster.
I'm not going back anymore with you. Phil Smith and his son Jaden. So, Bill, we heard him to your last movie. You love to give Jaden a big old kiss on those little luscious, thick, black lips of his. I mean, on his lips. You want to show us? Yeah, you know, something to bro. You know, he's my son, so, you know, I can kiss him how I want to kiss him. Right, Jaden? Come here, Jaden. Come here. Dad, no. Dad, no. Jaden, listen. Come here.
That was crazy when it happened.
But Dad, my innocence.
That was insane
Don't
when
you
it
talk about
happened.
this, man. Don't you embarrass me in front of these people, man.
You know how Jaden is, man. Come here, Jaden. Go on and get in there. Get all up in there. Get all of it. Don't touch your comfort. That's why I want to move out of here. I gotta find somewhere else to live, man. I can't stay under him anymore. Literally, I can't stay under him. Shh, hold up. I think he's home. I'll call you back just in the right. What's going on, Jay? What's up?
Great white sharks are the largest macropredatory fish in the world, with large serrated teeth and a powerful sense of smell. They are perfectly adapted for hunting seals, sea lions, and even dolphins. These massive sharks have only one natural predator, killer whales, who exclusively eat shark livers. But why would a killer whale only eat the shark liver? How are orcas able to extract the liver with surgical precision? And how do we know that some killer whales only eat shark livers? Let me explain. I'm KP, a marine biologist who specializes in marine mammals. Scientists currently recognize at least 10 distinct orca ecotypes throughout the world's oceans. Before we get into these ecotypes, I need to drop a quick content warning. We'll be discussing the foraging behavior of killer whales, and there will be clips of predation. If that's not for you, I totally understand. Just check out this video right up here where I talk about how many of these ecotypes might actually be distinct species entirely. I love the content warnings on this channel.
Let's go.
Each orca ecotype specializes in a specific prey. The North Atlantic type 1, Antarctic type C, Antarctic type D, and the resident killer whales all primarily feed on schooling fish like tuna and salmon. Bigs, North Atlantic type 2, Antarctic type A, B, and type B2 killer whales feed on other marine mammals like seals, sea lions, and even other whales. But today we're going to be focusing on the offshore ecotype of the North Pacific and a group known as the flat-toothed ecotype found off the coast of South Africa. The offshore orcas live out in the deep, deep waters of the Pacific Ocean, where studying them can be very challenging. There are at least 300 of these orcas, and their territory ranges from Mexico all the way to the Aleutian Islands. Finding them is often just pure luck. Necropsies on carcasses that washed ashore provided the first clues that these orcas preyed on sharks. A few years ago, an adult female washed up in Alaska, and the cause of death was tooth decay and gum disease. Her teeth had been literally worn down to the pulp. And that's because shark skin is like sandpaper. It is covered in pointed tooth-shaped scales known as dermal denticles. I hate that word. Any of the ickles. I'm not a fan. Which translates to small skin teeth. It's also like researchers suspected that these dermal denticles were responsible for the wearing down of the orca's teeth. That was confirmed when a group of researchers encountered a pod of these offshore killer whales near the islands of Hawaii. The orcas were hyperventilating, arcing their backs and diving deep, really deep. Their excited vocalizations were caught on hydrophones, indicating foraging behavior. Then, chunks of tissue began rising to the surface, along with the sheen of oil. The researchers collected as many samples as they could and analyzed them at the DFO's Pacific Biological Station. They found the tissue and oil came from shark livers, specifically the livers of Pacific sleeper sharks, like the one seen here being tagged and released by NOAA researchers. Then, on the other side of the world, a pod of killer whales showed up in False Bay, South Africa. Up until 2015, False Bay was known for its large population of great white sharks, who were world famous for attacking fur seals with enough force and explosive energy to throw their entire bodies out of the water.
Craziness.
Actually, low-key, I've always wanted to go see that. Because of this, they became a major tourist attraction for cage diving and wildlife photography. That is until the killer whales showed up, specifically two half-brothers named Port and Starboard. These brothers are easily identified by their collapsed dorsal fins. Port's dorsal collapsed to the left, and Starboard's fin is collapsed to the
I feel like
right,
I've
which is
seen
how they got
that.
their names, obviously. Shortly after these two orcas appeared, great white sharks began washing ashore with their livers seemingly surgically removed. Necropsies revealed bite marks on the shark's pectoral fins, which led researchers to believe that the orcas were grabbing the shark's fins and flipping them over to induce tonic immobility. Now, if you don't know what that is, essentially it is when a shark is flipped on its back, it actually becomes catatonic, allowing the orcas to feed on the livers without resistance. Again, this was all a theory until 2022, when Starboard was filmed killing a great white. This was the first time the predation was actually caught on camera. Until it happened again. Last year, Starboard was filmed killing another great white. This time, he did it all by himself. Starboard grabbed the shark's left pectoral fin and flipped it over. Once tonic immobility set in, Starboard eviscerated the shark. The entire attack took less than 2 minutes. Afterward, Starboard was seen swimming away with the shark's liver in his mouth. The speed and efficiency of this kill is a testament to Starboard's predatory skill. Beyond Port and Starboard, there is still a lot that we
No, I want to be a
flat-toothed
killer whale because I want to see
For example, the flat-toothed ecotype
why they
isn't even
go
one of the
so deep
recognized
in the
ecotypes
water.
seen on this particular diagram. Until
What's down
recently,
there?
they were believed to be a subset of the Antarctic type A ecotype. We don't know how many other flat-toothed
They
orcas
gotta
there
be
are, and we don't
aliens.
know if they all feed on shark livers. We suspect this is the case because of the way that their teeth are worn down. That's very similar to those of the offshore orca here in the Pacific Northwest, possibly from biting through the sandpaper-like shark skin. But it has only been witnessed one other time. A 60-year-old grandmother and matriarch of her pod named Sophia. She was filmed ramming a great white at full speed using the same techniques as Port and Starboard. Sophia grabbed the shark's pectoral fin and flipped it on its back, immobilizing it before placing it on the shark's litter.
And then something unthinkable happened. The great white sharks vanished. Cage diving companies and shark tours went out of business because they could no longer find any sharks.
They said
Sharks
we
after
out
sharks
of
ran away
here.
from the orcas, hiding in places like Algoa Bay and the eastern coastline. This was backed up by the behavior of great white sharks here on the west coast of North America.
They said,
In 2009,
"No,
a research team
I'm
tracked
outta
17
here."
great whites near the islands off the coast of San Francisco. These sharks spent months circling the islands preying on elephant seals. That is, until 2 pods of killer whales swam by the islands. In a span of 8 hours, all 17 great whites disappeared. One dove down to a depth of 3,000 feet and fled all the way to Hawaii. But wait, why are orcas only eating shark livers in the first place? The answer is pretty straightforward. Shark livers are massive. They make up 5% to 25% of the shark's total body weight and up to 90% of their entire body cavity. These livers are packed with a calorie-dense oil known as squalene. It is one of the densest sources of calories that you can find in the ocean. In fact, shark livers are richer in fats and oils than whale blubber. A single shark liver can sustain an orca for days. The rest of the shark is full of cartilage, tendons, and other hard-to-digest bits. But how do orca know this? How are they able to extract the liver with almost surgical precision? The answer is echolocation. Just like a submarine, toothed whales can produce clicks and whistles, then listen back for the echoes. This works similar to an ultrasound. When orcas echolocate on another animal, they can see muscle tissue, bone tissue, and scar tissue. They can even tell when another animal is pregnant. So when orcas echolocate on a shark, they can easily find its nutrient-rich liver. They can see the indigestible cartilage, and that is how they are capable of removing a shark's liver in such a precise way.
Today we're traveling back inside of a Michigan courtroom to witness the sentencing of a defendant that just can't stop getting in trouble. He does what I tell you all the time never to do. Dig yourself a bigger ditch than what you're already in. He's on parole, probation, still catching felonies, misdemeanors, and all kinds of stuff. So let's get right into it. If you're doing enjoy all things locked up and crime related, then this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today.
Jennifer Frank, K6725.
And I discussed with counsel at the bench briefly a couple issues. Number one, we've got some pending show causes that we're lingering out there. I guess we're here for sentencing on 2 felony matters with recommendations that sort of eclipse any contempt matters. So at this point, I'll dismiss the pending contempt citations. And also, this was a case where Mr. Martin had been on parole. While these cases are pending, the Department of Corrections has discharged him from parole. And so therefore, in the pre-sentence report in file 6767 each again, it looks like we need to give him additional credit from the time that he was discharged, that being 71 days.
Look, I'm not going to lie, I've been in and out the system, and this guy's got a lot going on. So much going on that it sounded like the judge got rid of the contempt charges. He's going to run with the old basic felonies. And this is a bland courtroom here, man. Jeez, they need to up their budget. By the black and white still frames back there, got to be a small county.
And I discussed that with counsel and Ms. Rance, you agree with that calculation?
I agree, Your Honor.
Research.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Martin, have you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report recommendations in the file?
I have.
Do you have any additions or corrections to the factual information in either of those reports?
Nothing to the factual information.
And in file 6767, you did file 2 scoring challenges. Why don't we go ahead and take those? You want to review your OB-15 first?
I have OB-19. OB-15, I believe, was the people were requesting that.
Oh. So they're going down the old rap sheet or the pre-sentence report. Shows the course how bad you've been throughout life, how young you are, all that good stuff plays a role in your sentencing, believe it or not. Not to mention, once you get sentenced, depending on the severity of the crime and your age, it all plays a role in where you're going to be going to prison. They're just getting all the discrepancies out the way with the pre-sentence report before the judge does the final sentence.
The OB-15 was scored at 5 points. And you are arguing that it should be scored at 0.
Correct, Your Honor. That is trafficking and, forgive me, brain stuck on the last piece. On this particular case, the court is very much aware Mr. Martin was a passenger in the vehicle. The driver of the vehicle was the one throwing out items, allegedly drugs out there. He was also the one in control of the vehicle. One way Mr. Martin could have not been involved was to jump out and risk his own life, which is not ever wise either. They were in a case, it sounds like, any other driver of this car prevented Mr. Martin from doing anything safely. So the scoring for OB-19 for the threat to administration of justice is inappropriate because he was unfortunately an unwilling participant at that point because he's no longer the driver of the vehicle and the vehicle is moving at such a speed he cannot get away. Also, with the amount of drugs to indicate trafficking now, it also more goes towards the driver of the vehicle as well, because it was the driver throwing everything out the window and commanding everything at that point. So I would ask for 15 and 19 before that 0. Thank you.
All right, so it seems like she's trying to get a few points shaved off since he wasn't the driver. He wasn't throwing nothing out. He was pretty much abducted.
Administrator's people's position?
Yes, Senator. One of the things not required is that he actually be charged with the thing of living in dangerous property, that post-offense conduct by being part of the vehicle and the activity in the vehicle. So
It's very hard to understand.
As to OB 15, it was scored at 5 points for the defense involved, the delivery or possession with intent to deliver controlled substance, or possession of controlled substance having value or under circumstances as to indicate trafficking. Trafficking is defined as the sale or delivery of controlled substances on a continuing basis to one or more other individuals for further distribution. So the Michigan Supreme Court has interpreted OB 15 to say that we do get to score it anytime there's a delivery or possession with intent to deliver charge, but for a possession, there must be evidence of trafficking, which under that definition requires sort of a two-step distribution. Trafficking is distributing, selling or delivering controlled substance on a continuing basis to somebody for the purpose of further distribution to yet another person. And because the sentencing offense is a possession, therefore that statutory definition of trafficking would have to be satisfied. I don't see any evidence of that. So OB 15, I would sustain the challenge and score OB 15 at 0 points. As to OB 19, during the chase of the vehicle, the pre-sentence report indicated that there were items being thrown out of the passenger side of the vehicle. I find that to be a sufficient preponderance of the evidence that Mr. Martin was indeed participating in the behavior of trying to destroy evidence before their apprehension, and that would be post-offense conduct is scoreable under OB 19. So I would find that OB 19 is properly scored at 10 points for interfering with the administration of justice.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like this was a win kind of lose situation. The trafficking one got dropped from the pre-sentence report, I believe, which lowered the points. But at the same time, the other one that she was arguing about, the driver throwing everything out the car, it's going to stay the same because in the report it says that he was throwing stuff out the window as well. That's sufficient enough evidence for me to keep the points how it is. And I'm not going to lie, it's extremely hard to understand some of the stuff that they're saying because the microphones are just definitely not long neck Radio Shacks from 82, that's for sure.
Thank you. As for my allocations for both cases, my recommendation is still going to be the same in both cases, Your Honor. I did explain the hoping this was made clear. Having baby impaired and his heart issues. I'm hoping.
Mikey, come on.
He's had a long history of substance abuse. PSI history shows it. This is a kid that he struggled. There's just no better way. And he's got one or two choices to make right here and now, and that is put a big boy pants on, take care of our child, or do life on the installment plan in prison. Unfortunately, most courts would probably just say, well, too bad, so sad, life on the installment plan for you. But he's never had the opportunity of being in that father role and having that awestruck moment where your life completely changes forever. That happened to him while he was in the jail and heard baby's heartbeat, and then find out the baby has inherited his genetic heart failure. I can't imagine how that felt to him. And then he locked in that jail, not able to even hug his partner or console her. That, I think, has been the clicking moment. They always say someone needs to hit their rock bottom. I believe this is where Michael is at.
Yeah, Bobby, let's keep that smoke button on pause for the moment. Mikey's already at the bottom of the barrel. We can't smoke him like some bourbon.
Yeah.
These sentencing guidelines are not binding. We've all learned that lesson from Lockridge. I would ask the court to consider 3 years probation, order him to serve a period of 9 months, and order 2 years over his head. He screws up one time. He's going to the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Why not 3 years with time served? You know, I've been sitting here for a couple of weeks, man. Let's shoot for the stars. After that speech, anything's possible. But she's going pretty good. She said to the judge, look, we all know that these sentencing guidelines aren't binding, meaning the judge has the authority to go above or below the guidelines. Thanks to Lockridge, you know, we all know that. But yeah, 3 years, 9 months to do. I really don't know where she came up with those numbers. Let's see if the judge is willing to go with.
He comes before the court with a very different reason to get us out together. It's always easy in your 20s when you say you're going to change, you're going to change, you're going to change. We all did it. But when you now become a parent, that changes your whole world. And I think at this time, we have met that.
And just to let y'all know a little intel about me, I was sitting in the hole in the side pocket after a fight getting maced. Had my little 15 minutes out the cell because I was on 23-1. They let us out on time every time. So it was only like about 15 minutes every 2 days sometimes. So I got out on the phone and found out immediately that I was a dad. My first children were born. That's right. I had twins. And I was on a one-way trip to prison. Unfortunately, that's just how the cards are dealt sometimes. Genetic health defects or not, it doesn't matter.
I would ask for these sentences to be concurrent. And right now I request for a unique sentence for a unique situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rance. Mr. Martin, it's not required that you say anything today, but it is allowed if you want something.
Yes, ma'am. Like I said in that letter, I stand before you today. The young man ready to accept the consequences for his actions, and I accept full responsibility for what I've done.
Don't say too much.
I'm really ready to just move forward past all this, and start this next chapter of my life, and be a better partner to my significant other, and a positive father figure for my child.
The boot smoke, that's trash.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant is 25 years old. At a young age, he said he has 5 felonies and 4 misdemeanors, which is significant for such a young age. He's here, he's outside of possession, delivery, please. He has made choices after being offered previous services of probation and incarceration, and here we are today, the second one being committed, let's set that first.
Now, who you're here to speak now is the prosecution. It sounds like he's just in here for possession and selling of controlled substances. You know, I don't know if he got in trouble for running from the police since he was driving, but that's about all it sounds like he's in here for. Multiple felonies and misdemeanors. Not to mention he was on probation or just got off while all this was taking place. That's what the prosecution's mentioning now. He had every chance in the book.
Sometimes people think, oh, well, having a child changes things, but there's probate courtrooms full of cases where people still continue to make bad choices despite having children. Oftentimes you have to make the decision first for yourself. They can help others or aid with others. And I think that Idaho Department's actions and choices.
That child could change his
first
whole
child
life.
recommendation, and I believe that it should consecutively be.
I bet you I wouldn't have been such a
So that
dickhead
didn't go
if I
too well
had
because
kids.
it ends with her asking for him to get everything ran consecutive, which is not good for someone who has multiple crimes. He's going in front of the judge for. That means he has to do the time for each one back to back instead of it being concurrent and all put together. Do the time for one. You know, it's a huge difference, man. So those two words right there are probably the most important in the courtroom when you're facing multiple crimes.
Mr. Martin,
I wasn't asked.
your lawyer's done a great job for you throughout this case.
Yeah.
And, you haven't really made your job all that easy. While you've got a pending case, possession with consent to deliver, and that should get you an outcome down to a possession. You're still out there while you're on bond for a serious felony. And you're out there selling drugs and saying gets controlled by into you while you're on bond and drug.
He didn't care.
That's just a spectacularly terrible decision. When I kind of back up and look at this case, you were, your last sentence was 3 years in prison. So you're on parole from a sentence where you went to prison for 3 years. While on parole, you're involved with Mr. Sayers was attempted murder for sure. And then, you know, the degree to which you're participating in the chase may be unclear, but you're definitely not a kidnapping victim here. You're tossing the drugs out the window. You're running wild out there while you're on parole.
His attorney definitely made it sound like that, though, right? It
Like
wasn't until the
the
judge said,
boots
"Oh,
up.
your report." I guess I forgot to mention this, man.
Oh,
This is throwing a bunch of stuff out too. But just by the tone and the way that the judge is speaking, leading into it, if I were to believe, it's gonna be a thick, hearty smoke session.
I don't know if they're parole here, then I think they discharged it. But yes, so then they finally discharged you from parole, which Lord knows why the Department of Corrections would discharge you from parole when you committed a felony crime while on parole. I don't know why they don't wait around and you know, you return to prison. I think they like
Remind
to
me
say
not
that
to
the
do
sentencing
this.
numbers are so low,
I'm
you
not
return
going
to
to
prison,
prison.
that's successful parole.
Wow, this guy is luckier than a damn deer in headlights. How the hell he get off parole after catching a fresh felony? And I don't think the judge is gonna let him see any more love today, man. Like I said, I think it's run dry.
So the parole detainer goes away, and you go out in the community, and you just continue to run wild.
Yeah.
And you're selling drugs.
He's
And
done
you're
for.
selling it to CI.
The judge, a CI?
That's
This dude was selling felonious inebriants to a CI. Confidential informant, man. You believe that? Someone that's out there in the streets working for the police. Oh yeah, when the judge starts painting all the bad that you've done, it's because he's might lace you up with something decent.
They did involve distribution of drugs, not enough to show the 2 levels for possession. But that's a relevant factor. And you didn't do well on bond. I dismissed a couple of show causes today, and you had some positive tests, alcohol.
Oh man, dirty
And
urines.
then you're out there committing more crimes, deliveries while you're on bond.
New felonies, on bond, on parole, dirty urines. If the judge fares him on this one, it's gonna blow my mind.
It's unlikely that the sentence goes less than what you had last time.
Oh,
Like, you get 3 years, and then you behave in the way you did. Usually, we're going to ratchet this up. So this is, I mean, there's obviously good reasons to even go above those advisory guidelines. I'm very sure that upper end of that advisory guideline reaches a definitely proportionate sentence in circumstances. So in file 6767, I am going to commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections for not but
Oh, I hate to stop it again, man, but that look back, he knows he's gone.
no more than 15 years.
Oh.
Exercising my discretion under the habitual offender statute to increase the statutory maximum. I'm going to give you credit for 71 days previously served after the parole detainer evaporated when he discharged you. There's also state costs of $68 and $103 in crime assessment and $200 restitution.
And when you got a defense attorney patting you on the back, man, you know she's hurting, but not as much as you are.
In file,
Bobby, chill with the smoke for a second, man. Let him breathe.
file 6880.
Oh, man, it's not over yet?
This is the delivery while you were on bond for the case. There's restitution of $70, state cost of $68, crime victims assessment of $130. And I will commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections. Again, I think a term on the upper end of the advisory guidelines is certainly proportional. For the fact that you're out there selling drugs while you're on bond for a drug case. So I'm committed to the Michigan Department of Corrections for not less than 23 months, no more than 7 years. It is discretionary consecutive.
That means it's completely up to the judge to go with consecutive or concurrent. Like they give him the max and high end pretty much for everything. If I were to guess, he's gonna run it all consecutive. He's gonna do everything back to back, which means about 6, 7, probably 8 years in prison. Like the judge said, you don't get less time after committing more crimes after going to prison. You start stacking it up a bit.
On records for that. But while somebody's on parole, involved in drugs, and then while they're on bond for that, they're selling drugs. You know, I'm not sure there's a whole lot more cases that call for consecutive sentencing more than that. Just continuing to do that while you're involved in the system. So I'm going to exercise my discretion in one of those consecutive. So you get 0 days credit on the second case. And Mr. Martin, you can appeal my conviction or my sentence or both. I filed an application to Court of Appeals. If you're my lawyer, I did one. You have to ask me within 42 days. So we're going to hand you some paperwork in the appeal process. Ask you to initial one copy for us.
All right, Bobby, that's enough. He's had enough. But man, when your attorney hugs you goodbye, you know it's bad. He's gonna walk into that cell block smelling like a Amco gas station. Boots oil to the gills.
And the other one's going to fill out the appeal.
Was he crying? Oh man, I probably try to. I don't know, probably not. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Prime example once again. Like I said, digging yourself a bigger ditch than what you're already in. Don't do it, man.
wasted
Stop
my
your
time
head.
on
Back
this.
to the math was sentenced to a minimum of 6 years in prison with a max of 23. Keeps on getting in trouble, brings back fresh crimes. They can go all the way up to that 23. You know, a lot of people end up doing that type of stuff, especially when they get to, let's say, dangerous prison, get to a fight, law shank, stab someone a couple times, they could press charges.
You might step in?
This is the exact moment Larissa realized her horrifying secret was about to be revealed. Detectives had expected to do a simple welfare check before they discovered what this evil mother had been hiding in her home. This would turn out to be the worst case in their careers.
Okay. Is it a boy? Girl? What? Oh, boy, this boy's name. Okay. Excuse me, lady. Well, we got a call, wanted to check on well-being, 45 minutes. Okay.
This investigation began with an unexpected 911 call. This call was made by Larissa's boyfriend's brother, Scott, from Pakistan. The horrifying secret that kept this man awake all night and drove the police to Larissa's door was about to lead to a horrific discovery surrounding the little boy. But she wasn't the only suspect. The police were also suspicious of her boyfriend, Christopher, who was in Medina County Jail at the moment.
I love you. Yeah, I hear you, baby. Yeah. I love you. Yeah. Okay, I love you.
In 2015, Larissa Rodriguez met Christopher on a dating app. Christopher, a single father of one, quickly moved in with Larissa just months after meeting her. Larissa was already overwhelmed with a large family, including 9 children and Christopher.
He's been in custody of her, but she just had a little girl named Mia. And then I guess she's pregnant again.
Damn. She didn't play no games.
They all have
She
different days.
fertile.
So the other three, the oldest three are, well, the 16-year-old, the 19-year-old,
Angel.
they're with their fathers.
Angel is with his daddy. Gilbert is with his grandmother.
And then Nevaeh is with
Dad.
Christopher Upton.
Yes.
Okay. And then the other 5 are in custody of children.
Before because.
Right.
Yeah.
And she is pregnant again. Is that for Christopher?
I'm pretty sure.
She was receiving child support payments and $750 a month in supplemental security income for her 5-year-old son, Jordan.
She used to use a website called mocospace.com. She had an app on her phone.
Is it MLCO?
Yeah.
MLCO space?
Yeah, it's basically MySpace. Big percentage of popularity on that is Hispanic guys and women. But you don't have your here and there other races, but yeah, that's a big Hispanic thing.
That's like a hookup site?
Pretty much, that's what she explained it as. It's for Hispanic people. It's like a MySpace for Hispanics.
Yeah. And that's how she met this guy?
Yeah, that's how she met Chris too. Was off Facebook. That's what I started.
The chaotic mess of her family quickly became the highlight of this case. Christopher had been home for the majority of the time when Jordan was abused, and after that, he was arrested on separate incidents. Police arrived at Larissa Rodriguez's residence on West 80th Street in Cleveland to investigate the disturbing claim, unaware that her boyfriend's brother, Scott R. Rodriguez,
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Many of this year's cases have one unpredictable, proving you can never tell just how a suspect will react. From the tragic to the downright bizarre, here are the most unbelievable moments that happened in an interrogation room and were caught on tape. Teenage girls often dream about marrying their high school sweethearts and living happily ever after. But for Danielle Wiggin, this dream quickly evolved into a nightmare.
She's cute.
All the one week, Skylar Dennis somehow discovered that his young wife may have been seeing him, and he shot her in the back of the head, and then tried to claim that it was an accidental discharge.
Everything that happened right now.
He's a dude bugging. Appreciate you, onion booty. If we gotta hit the like on that, appreciate you.
I'm not guys. Absolutely. My buddies go they drink alcohol. I'm the one that does it. And like, this is the shit that happens to me.
Bro, you shot the girl, bro. What are you talking about?
And then my buddies started with their girlfriends and wives, and I never do it with my so much.
You guys never fight yourself?
I looked at her little picture and she's like, but I never laid a candle in my entire life, and I never planned to. I never.
So how long you have to go for almost over?
The 27th of September to I left this morning. I left it.
And how long you guys married?
We got married on March 7th, 2013.
March 7th,
Yeah, so for 5 months, maybe 2 years.
Okay. And so how many years you guys been deployed in that time?
I got just got back in deployment within 2 weeks before, and we had been
You know the military relationships are not questionable anyway. Sometimes a lot of time.
We were together before we got married. We were together, but not married twice. And I've been going for months at a time now. I went to basic and I was going for wherever the fuck that was, wherever.
The detective doesn't buy Nemitz's story, and when he presses him, Nemitz shows just how volatile his temper can be.
I think it's the first thing I would have done. I wouldn't have done anything else.
I went off. I see the rifle there. I went in there and I looked at her, and she wasn't moving. Her head was like on the right side, like that, but she was still facing the computer. And I didn't know what the fuck to do. And for some reason, some part of me just said, "Oh my God, there's alcohol in the system." Like, and then I don't know why that hit me, but as you said, and why I don't know why, but I just did.
Not only that, but your first thing you want to do is hide the magazine, to knock them off the floor, kick them out of the bed. So you're altering the crime scene. You're altering the fucking scene.
This tells me somebody that acted out of rage and out of anger. You acted out of rage, out of anger. You shot your wife in the back of the head. And then after you did it, you realized what you did and realized, oh my God, this is permanent. How stupid was I to do this? Now what am I going to do to cover this up? What can I come up with? That's what this tells me.
That's
It
crazy.
was not that rage. It was not an anger. It was an angry.
It wasn't an accident. It wasn't an accident.
You intentionally hold the fucking trigger.
We fired the weapon.
Appreciate you and your booty.
The country was not an accident. Okay. I did not know there was a weapon there.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it definitely caught me by surprise. I appreciate
I
you.
was not angry. And
It's not an accident. It's not an accident. You did this intentionally. Because if this was an accident, if you had accidentally shot your wife, you would have dropped the weapon right there, went over there, and started rendering CPA or first aid because you felt horrible. This was an act of rage. You were mad for some reason, and you shot her. And then you went and tried to hide that.
Damn, you doing life over that?
Magazines are in bed. Throw the gun in the closet like
I talk a lot of shit, but I ain't shooting nobody. Fuck that. I'm not killing nobody. I mean, hurting nobody.
Your wife deserves the right answer, man. Not this fucking.
She does deserve the right answer. I'm my wife. I did not kill her. I didn't kill her. I was not angry at her. I was not mad. I did not intentionally mean to murder my wife. I love my wife with a huge passion, okay? We are young. We have not been together that long. I understand that. Everybody is not fucking like that. They don't like seeing people be like that, okay? But I do love my wife. I've
No,
never
this is,
I've never wanted her to do it. I've never put her
I'm
in
looking for
okay?
this on
And I would never
YouTube.
want to do that ever.
Hold
And
on,
today,
give me a second.
especially, I did not, nothing wanted to happen to her, okay? I made love
Stranger
to her,
stories.
And she wanted to relax. And
I love
wanted to relax.
YouTube. I'll be up here all day.
One thing lets me know I'm fucking not even thinking straight, clear the weapon, and it goes off.
But I figured, why not bring you guys with me and hang out?
You're pointed at your wife.
I understand that.
I say some dumb stuff every once in a while.
That's
Might be funny.
That's the one piece.
I don't understand myself. I don't understand why I took that. I don't understand why I decided I need to put that fucking gun spare on fire, just fire right there and have it up my fucking chest when I was firing it. I don't know why the fuck I did that. I'm a fucking idiot for doing that. I know fucking that, and that's fucked. I know that when I
Gotta find someone else. I just know what you're talking about. Hold on,
yeah,
let me.
I know I'm a fucking idiot for doing that. And
That
I was
place is
thinking, I
loud.
wasn't thinking fucking straight. But I'm not intentionally meaning to shoot my wife.
Let me go to sound.
Okay,
real
the direction of
quick.
the weapon was towards her. But I did not intentionally mean for that
This
thing.
thing always changes.
I don't know if you're trying to accuse me of killing. I understand. I killed her. I killed my fucking wife. Okay, I killed my wife.
You killed the shit out of her.
You're not gonna get lucky.
Yeah, you
I'm
ain't
just trying to figure out why.
killed
Weighing
the
all the
shit out
evidence.
of her.
The jury found Nevis guilty of first-degree manslaughter and was given the maximum sentence of 13 years.
13 years, bro.
Be risky. Rebounds can be just as dangerous. After Maria Nevis' marriage of 8 years ended, she became woman and re-entered the dating scene. She hit it off with Fidel Lopez, a man 6 years younger than herself. One night, after an evening of partying, the two returned home to make love. In an abrupt turn, things ended horrifically. When the police arrived later, they discovered that she had been murdered in a way that was more brutal than anyone on the force had ever seen.
We got a little bit of a problem. Yes. All right. I just got off the phone with our crime scene and the medical examiner there. Okay, the doctor, and there's an injury to her, severe injuries. Severe injuries. Yes. Multiple injuries inside there. Tissue ripped out.
What?
Tissue inside. All the insides out.
What?
What that's the cause of death?
Yeah.
Bro, you not shocked?
You know the amount of blood that's in there? Her insides are ripped out.
The detectives finally wear Lopez down, and he admits what sparked his rage. Nemeth had called out her ex-husband's name, and he became blinded by rage.
She was married for mad long. She's gonna say something, say another man's name. I mean,
Listen, I'd like to be able to stand up on your behalf and say, listen, he was extremely remorseful. He had no intentions for this to happen. Okay, he didn't mean to do this, but unfortunately, this is why it happened. He had too much to drink, and he had an argument and between that and the drinking and everything else, X, Y, and Z, whatever it may have been. But you have to explain that, so we can explain to other people to make you. He's human. It happens. Okay.
nah, he's not human. He did.
You didn't intend to kill her.
Pulled her organs out.
So explain to us what took place that led up to it.
I almost did on nobody.
You don't want to remember.
That's an animal.
But I know you do. And it takes a man, a true man.
He's an animal. He's not a man.
Okay. I fucked up, man. I made a mistake.
I've done
I
some
know
little boy stuff
no
myself.
This is what happened. It takes a man to do that. It takes more of a man to admit he's wrong. It takes a man to cry.
What's wrong with this dude?
Be that man. Be that person. Because that's who you are.
She was telling me she's going to Peru. She needs to go to Peru.
Mod?
She's missing her mother.
What's a
And,
mod?
you know, and I'm not going to be able to use the body.
I don't know mods are.
Work and,
I'm all lost.
you know, then there's
Why does it say top?
and all that. I get pissed. I start punching the shit. I really don't remember what I wanted to share. Just tell me. I know the case because of that. Then after that, I don't know how we ended up with the also whatever.
I don't even know how
I
to
know we made
use.
peace, but when we were doing making love, she told me something that I really don't. It's just she changed my name. She called me the other.
There you go. Timestamp.
Then the
Definitely
other guy.
need that.
And then she said it twice. And she was wrong. She was confusing me with him. I didn't want to kill her. I know I killed her. That's whatever I did with her.
To avoid the death penalty, Lopez pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and will not be eligible for parole and cannot appeal his sentence. Namath's fate might have been shared by the cannibal that Grant Amato became obsessed with if he had ever gotten to meet her. Instead, after he was caught stealing over $200,000 from his family.
Oh yeah, this is crazy. This is a story.
By shooting them in their home.
I watch this every
Amato
year.
made baseless claims against his father and
This
bid to
dude's
make it look
an
as if he
idiot.
feared for his life.
But I understand. This what made me realize I was being a little
that program, right? And they won't really want child better. Right, and I mean, you know, that was what my dad always emphasized. When we were younger, going through grade school and high school and college,
I don't want to be
we were
nowhere near a
so we
prison.
were allowed to do something. Like it wasn't like a situation where he was just like the door's locked, you know, you're staying there type thing.
Hello, how are you, Richard
Keeping
McGinnis?
who was the disciplinarian there? My dad. And was he the one inside Jason stays? Yes, locked in. Yeah. What about think about that? Mom.
I don't know what you
approved it,
mean.
obviously, but back in that time, my dad was very
MOD.
like
what's
angry,
that?
violent type person, overbearing. You know, he would like push my mom, and like one instance, you know, it was getting to that age where me and Cody were kind of getting old enough to maybe be able to do something. She needed our help, and I remember her and my dad were like in their room, which if you go downstairs, it's right there to the left. We heard our mom yell that he's hurting me, and then me and Cody run downstairs. And we go into the
I
room,
doubt
and then
she
we're trying to
said
get our
he's
dad,
hurting
our mom,
me.
and my dad. I was back, and that's why my nose has got a little like bridge.
She's gonna
right
talk
there.
directly.
But I mean, that's like how he was, like spankings with a 2x4. You know, like baseball practice, it'd be like 4 or 5 hours. And he's hurling the ball as fast as a dog can, and we're like 7th, 8th grade and trying to catch this stuff. Yeah, I mean, definitely very overbearing, but he would always rationalize that he's just trying to like secure our future. Violent towards the family? Violent towards my mom and towards me. Never to Cody and towards Jason, but never to Cody. Why? I mean, Cody is there. Yeah, I mean,
He
yeah.
was sick.
And with that, I mean, I could kind of see it, but Cody also never really made any mistakes. He did a few things wrong.
This dude
like,
unalived his
you know,
parents
called my
over
dad
a
for money a few times,
camera.
but he was never
His
like a
whole
big thing, right?
family,
He
his
was like,
brother,
me and Jason,
his mother,
you know,
his
we had that
father,
difficulty where it's like,
over
we
a
got C or we
camera.
had a D on something, and I just don't know about it, sure. But then he would find out.
After he drained their whole everything, every
Um,
dollar they had.
Spankings with like a 2x4, and then you know he used like I mean it was like a 2x4 that was fashioned into a paddle called the lightning rod. I mean,
In space,
he broke it on me.
my head would pop once I take the helmet off. I already thought about it.
But
I don't want nothing to do with
he would,
water. That is nasty. Water.
Yeah, he do that. He push you around. Like, he
That-
wouldn't
I don't want to
push you
drown.
around.
That's not a good feeling.
You know,
I can imagine.
But I guess I just say the only place I ever got bruises on my butt.
What would you rather?
He would belittle me when I was younger, but again,
in the ocean or no.
The detectives finally get tired of the gentle approach and ruthlessly confront Amato with crime scene photos. He is visibly shaken, but still refuses to admit his guilt.
I mean, the only thing that I know is just that. I mean, I left the house later than I had said.
Did you leave the house with your brother Cody looking like that? Or did you leave the house with your father looking like that?
And why'd you
Or
go
your
and
mother?
get a hotel?
Is that how you left your family?
No. Nobody
Yeah, it is. That's how you
Who
left.
left your family like this?
You
If
did
you were
that.
the one that's been depressed, you were the one that owes money, you were the one that got into a confrontation with your father. Who did this to your family?
He did.
If you were trying to defend yourself or something else happened, we need to know now to help you. So tell us what happened, Grant. We're here to listen to you.
Grant, need the truth. We're here to make this right. You gotta tell the truth. It's on the tip of your tongue, man. I get that.
Did your father go after you and you try to protect yourself?
No, I didn't do any of it.
Amato was found guilty of 3 counts of first-degree murder. At his trial, he showed no remorse and put the blame on his family. Unlike Amato, Brian Cohey has no problem confessing to the fact he murdered a homeless man just for the thrill. Cohey saves the
That's
detective time
sick.
by admitting right
I've
away
not seen
that he
this
has committed murder. And how did you get here? I murdered someone. Okay. Cohey doesn't hide any of the details of his brutal murder.
So I got a knife. I put on 3 layers of gloves because plastic gloves can be triggered on groups because there's right there, the part of gloves, but I didn't bring your fingerprints there. So I put on 2, 3 on one hand. And then the knife, I pulled out the canvas, and I got his neck.
How do you stab your person? I couldn't even get those dog shots.
Oh man, he was saying, where you, why? And I just checked on that his neck. I was, this is okay if I would have.
That's sick.
Something like this. And she threw the foot back. It was actually surprisingly easy. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy. And during the time I was growling, the beating end was completed. Why did you do that? I suppose it was a friendly end.
Dougie was sentenced to life in prison and was considered to be too dangerous to be given the possibility of parole. The desire to kill isn't enough to get the job done, as Dalia Depolino finds out when she comes face to face with the husband she thought she had hired a man to kill.
Oh my God.
If I could go back in time and bring something, invention back,
Come here, please. Come here.
that's right now to then,
Come here, please.
or
Come here.
just come up with
Positively
something. like-
wanted to get rid of her husband as soon as she could. Brittany Gosney was desperate to keep the affection of her most recent boyfriend, James Hamilton. Hamilton was not enthusiastic about being a father figure to Gosney's young kids, and often used extreme measures to punish them for the smallest of infractions. This inspired Gosney to try to abandon the children, and her son was pulled under the tires of the van after attempting to hang on.
Okay. So, but at what point did the kids start really being an issue? Because you guys have been together.
TV
what,
time.
Either March or May of last year. I can't really remember. Right. So you've been together.
I would say if I bring back something, if you could go back in time and invent,
really start being an
what
issue.
invention would you bring back? What invention would I mean, I think we already are pretty far ahead now.
We try mass things with these kids.
It's more like what would I bring with me?
Tippy toes, fingertips.
I would bring
Maybe there's start getting into full hot and heavy over here. So I can't be putting up with this.
If I could bring anything back in the day,
Sure. I mean, my stepdaughter towards
I'll bring Amazon.
Which means tell me, oh, I hate you all. What you do?
But by the time I was born, he was already doing pretty well with Amazon. I would invest in Amazon. That's what I would do. I would work my butt off and invest all my money into Amazon.
Let's say borderline unbearable. About 2 months ago. About 2 months ago.
And I would cheer when the price goes down.
That's when everything really started to kind of tell her, I said, you didn't find somewhere to go with you, disrespectful kid. Right.
Yeah, I would Amazon.
Well, I guess she got tired that night, and they got her, so she went out there, took them, kept telling me she's going to take them and drop the ball.
Wi-Fi. iPhones.
iPhones.
They've been out for so long. I think the first iPhone came out when I was 20.
And,
38 now.
That's from, and what effect? On my way back, he's dead. I mean,
It would definitely be something that has to do with the internet.
And drop it. Made her done it.
Yeah, I would probably.
Taking them up the road.
But
right there by the bathroom.
then you have to explain 5G to
They
them.
kept it in the apartment overnight
You'd be like,
until they decided to dump his body in a
you
nearby
know,
river.
With that being said, Marty discussed the water temperature.
anything
kind of like
would freak us out back then, though.
And
If you look back with one of those little shock vacs that,
is
like, if you bring one of them robots,
that's all it is. A coroner
people
will
go crazy.
be able to determine a large number of bruises to his body before he was killed. Okay, what was that about?
Hamilton was not directly responsible for James Hutchinson's death, but he was sentenced to a maximum of 19 years in jail.
She's a
for the gross
redhead.
abuse of a corpse, kidnapping, and 2 counts of endangering children. Gosney wasn't the only single mom who thought her kids were in the way of a good relationship. Sierra Day had been reported to Child Protective Services several times.
Bro,
When she
she's
began
a
to
little
date Beyonce Lewis,
cutie.
Day decided to starve her daughter. When she finds out her child is dead, she manages to come up with some fake tears for an underwhelming performance.
I need to understand something, okay? Do you know what you're gonna be charged with when I take you back over to jail? What do you think you're gonna be charged with?
Murder? One?
You're gonna be charged in your daughter's death. You're gonna be charged with her death. What do you mean? She passed away. She was dead when you guys called us. She was already dead. No, she's dead? She's dead.
The way like you knew or you cared because you didn't feed the girl.
Sierra. She was dead for hours.
Why do people have kids if you don't want to treat
When she
them right?
sees that she isn't selling for grief, Day takes it up a notch.
And I can see it in my face. A child not to really get tips isn't something. It's very something good. Yes, I could have prevented from her death. I could have prevented her death. I could have prevented. I could have prevented.
They'll be like,
I never alone to do this. I know she told me to do this because she was scared. She said she was going down. She was going down.
Sierra Day.
I think eaten by a dragon would be quicker. I think the aliens would probably like
for murdering her daughter. Ashley Giles' parents
roam through my body. I'm good. I don't
had a
want
strong
to
dislike for her child and no
It's not
understanding
supposed to
or
be
tolerance
there
for
in
her
my
development
body.
issues. She frequently struck the child, and her preferred method was slamming her head into the floor. Eventually.
Yeah, right. They would go up in the market, but an iPhone is the reason why we have that. So I think what you made was a smart idea. Bring an iPhone, but then you'd only be working on the little Wi-Fi we had. Remember how it took forever? I don't know how old you are, but it used to take forever to get to download music. And then you had to have a computer close to the Ethernet or a cable modem.
So, right now she wasn't reading, or she wasn't reading, but I was reading, and, you know, so she's thinking she's okay.
All right, I'm over the confessions. How you hurt somebody.
And I thought she was gonna. Problem is that I don't like killing people when they don't deserve it. I don't believe in that. I already came with it.
You killed Rio because you feel he deserved it. He did. You just saw 19-year-old Brian Rodriguez Segala, a teenage killer who thinks that murder is his God-given right. And the more he speaks, the more shocked the detective becomes as he realizes the man in front of him is not a sane human being.
Talking about what happened with Rico.
I said himself. I don't feel bad because he deserved it.
On March 26, 2021, around 5:15 p.m., officers from Sparks, Nevada were responding to a complaint at an apartment complex when they encountered a crime scene they never expected. The floor was drenched in blood, and lying there was 67-year-old Javier Rodriguez, lifeless, with 2 bullet wounds, one in his wrist and another in his chest. His fate was sealed long before help arrived. Javier was pronounced dead on the scene. The least the officer could do now was find the truth behind his murder. An investigation soon uncovered that just a night prior, Javier had several guests over, one of whom was 19-year-old Brian Rodriguez Segala.
How do you get to hang out with? How you hanging out with him?
And Brian was the one seen fleeing the scene. The very next day,
why are
March
you hanging
27th,
out with that
officers tracked Brian down, hoping to unravel what led to this brutal murder. But they could have never expected that Brian was not their usual criminal. He was just as chilling as his crime itself.
Bruh.
Hey, Brian, you got that one for you?
Yeah, so you remember somewhat.
I just want to say I'm going to get those cups off.
So you were 10 when I was 19. So maybe, yeah, you kind of remember that.
Hey, bro, take me busy, man. You go there.
All right, 10 I was 11. 11 was.
So I just want to have a chance to talk to you about what happened.
19, I'm sorry.
Well, that's a long story, sir.
Okay. I got time.
Well, yeah, I know it sounds, people don't really know about it. Yeah, they killed me. And it was very, I came back.
Okay.
It was a simple thing. It was that I confessed everything about all my wrong things. And with the faith that I came back. I got out.
My boy
I
is
stood
sick.
up and seen my own body, sir. Okay. And then, I don't know, I just closed my eyes. But I knew I was going up, you know?
Okay.
Because I felt, I went up. But sometimes when I open my eyes, I see my body just not there anymore. What? We're just curious because I got the Bible, and then I started reading the Bible. And then in my room, yeah, I got all the things that I went to the Bible and stuff, and yeah, a lot of things. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
What happened to Ritos?
Yeah, he was my family member, whatever.
Okay.
But all the people that went visit to his house, he did people wrong.
Okay.
Oh, that's her.
Like
That's his.
it's like a wedding thing, but they tied him with black magic.
Oh.
And then he
What?
did that to me too, because yeah, and I met him because of
I'm glad he got a cowboy star on.
and then, yeah, because of church.
So what did you do because of that?
I had to do what I had to do, sir.
Okay.
Shoot, I told him first. I'm like, hey, you could just say sorry and just apologize. And he said, yeah, I'm sorry. But he actually didn't mean it. He did it again, but he made it worse, like me.
Okay.
And so, well, I never lied, sir. You know, I told him, I got double face. I'm Lalo. I'm usually praying. But, you know, just confess and try not to do it again. Nah, the next day, it's just funny how he tried to take me, like, to bed, you know, a relationship. I'm not gay, sir. So I was straight. And then he's like, no, well, we don't have to do it in the bad ways and the good ways. You go into bed, you're gonna sleep with me. And I'm like, no, I'm not. You know, 'cause I'm not gay, first of all. Second of all, I like people. I don't like foods, you know, especially because you are my, I don't know, couple of Rodriguez, you know.
That's a good one.
But yeah, the Bible never lies. And I do confess I did.
Just chilling, doing a
Within
little
barely 4
massage
months
in
of
the
interrogation,
shoulder.
Brian has not only confessed to murder, but also revealed his motive and justified it.
Meeting new
According to
people.
Brian,
I
Javier
appreciate
allegedly
you.
attempted to
Thank you
coerce
for your
Brian into
time.
unwanted sexual
Hanging out with
acts,
me.
which Brian believed to be a great sin, and he wanted Javier to
Because
confess.
these dudes are
But when
gonna
he
wake
failed
up
to
at
do
3
so,
o'clock.
Brian did what
I
he
gotta
thought he
bring
must
them
as
out.
the savior and shot Javier to death. This was only the start of his religious fanaticism, because as this interrogation goes on, it becomes increasingly evident that he is far more mentally disturbed than officers could have imagined.
What were you doing before that?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just reading the Bible.
Okay.
Reading the Bible, just saying the neighbor.
Do you remember what time you went over to Rico's?
It was about to, when all that happened, it was about to be 12, 30 years.
Okay.
I walked out.
And where did you go afterwards?
Home.
You went home.
Straight home and read the Bible again.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time did you go to bed?
I usually never sleep.
You never sleep? Okay. When was the last time you slept?
The last time I slept, it was like at 5 in the morning the same day.
Okay.
And I woke up ready today.
Okay. What time did you get today?
Since I got the first phone call of the neighbor of Reno.
Okay. How did that make you feel when he asked you to
This dude is sick.
Not comfortable. Not comfortable at all.
Okay.
Because like,
Yeah,
of course, I will not sleep with someone I don't like to sleep, you know? That's what to do.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, man, I'm not like that.
Well, he's
But
possessed.
it's just funny because it's weird. We watching TV, and it's like something like he's controlling people over the TV, you know? And I'm like, hey, I do it too, you know, but for me, it's not a good simple thing to do because I like people having their own time. Because, yeah, people are ruining my family, but doesn't mean I got to ruin someone's, you know? I want them to see them happy. One thing that I never did, but I know I'm going to do it. Because for his fault, yeah, my mom and my dad never got along. My mom ran into Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did Rio react when you didn't want to sleep with him?
I know he did not like the ending. Yeah, he's like, yeah, you smoke weed, like, it's like, it's called giving me drugs.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I was smoking weed, other things. But doesn't mean like I was just doing it for I was going like for me, like to, oh yeah, I want to, so I'm just gonna just appreciate it and just do it. No, I was doing it because the Bible was there. The Bible was my life. The Bible was me, my brain.
Where was the Bible?
On top of the TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how'd you
So the Bible
hurt
was the
somebody?
original.
Okay.
The specials. I took it to him because I told him, hey, appreciate the Bible because now I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. Because for your fault and for others that appreciate.
Oh,
yeah, I got to
he's
it. And I came from it.
homophobic.
So it sounds like there was an argument after he asked you to sleep with him and you said no?
It was the next day because the
Whoa.
day, the night when I did everything. He was with his, I think his work. I don't know who he was.
Okay.
But he was doing the same thing what he did to me.
Oh.
He was sleeping with him, you know.
Okay.
So everything what everybody does, or I don't know if he did to everybody, but yeah, like how I did it, I started. He was starting with
Ooh,
someone
that
else.
jumped.
I think it was his. I call it like if I know someone and his brother's like a brother sister or something like that.
No, you're not bothering me. Hell no, you're not bothering me. I love answering questions.
I don't know.
I'm just boring right now. I'm sorry.
It's a company car because my grandpa he has companies, and yeah, I gave it to him. I was like, hey, I want you to work with me. And I appreciate you because like he tried to help me out too, and then he tried to.
I'm currently not in a place to be
I'm
married.
trying to do because my issues with the Bible is way more powerful with the best words because I seen him like trying to scratch himself, and so I'm like, dude, just stop it. And I looked at Rigo's, and Rigo's I took it to his position to him. Rigo just jumped. He's like, oh, it hurts. Stop it. I'm like, well, you stop it because you're making other people just feel bad. And then, yeah, I did everything. I shot him. I don't feel bad because he deserved it.
Okay.
What?
So you didn't feel bad after you shot him?
No, because for me,
Just because
I feel
you.
like I helped a lot of people, not just one.
So what did you do to help a lot of people?
Just appreciate everything what they did to me, and I will not do them what they did to me. Because for him and another female, and the female, yeah, her name is Glory.
All right. I no longer want revenge on anybody because
She's gonna kill me.
it's not, hear this.
She put my brother.
I'm good.
Against me.
People are outside their mind.
Brian clearly experiences religious delusions. He constantly mentions the Bible and justifies the murder by saying that Javier was a sinner who got what he deserved. Keeping this in mind, it is easy to conclude that Brian presents a disturbing personality profile characterized by grandiosity, a lack of empathy, and distorted religious beliefs bordering on delusion. His clear disregard for the victim's life also hints at possible antisocial tendencies. To make things worse, his sense of grandiosity and distorted religious beliefs are only fueled by a history of drug abuse from the age of 15.
Way before probation.
Okay.
But it's my first time doing it. Because I usually, when I want to go shoot, I go to the hills and shoot the bottles.
You think you think
In my first case, when I shot at the shotgun, yeah, I started doing that. Okay. Shooting at the air, that's stupid.
Okay.
But I mean, usually when I want to go, I go to the hills and shoot at the bottles. That's it.
And so how long have you had with this one?
Since when I moved on to St. Pedro's. I think September. September something.
Okay. And do you remember how many times you shot?
I shot a couple times, but it's because when I went to the hills and just shot the bottles. But shot the other people never. Just my first time.
At Rigo's, how many times did you shoot?
Just twice.
Okay.
Just twice.
And what happened after you shot?
It was weird because the first shot, it was like from here to the wall. I know I shot on the chest. I never went through.
Okay.
But the second shot, I seen it.
How do you talk about it without feeling any remorse? I'd be bawling my eyes out. I just fucked my
Do you
life.
remember where you Could you tell me what the living room looked
The
like?
living room is like me in the living room, in the kitchen. And the kitchen, the whole life before everything happened, and I'm like, okay. So I read the Bible. I put the Bible up there. I'm like, all right, you're gonna need the double bass. When you don't want to need Lalo.
I don't like some people, but I don't want to hurt them like that. I don't want to shoot
And
nobody.
I'm like, all right. So he was right in his room, standing next to the kitchen.
Okay.
And so I'm like, all right, sorry. And I just shot him twice. As soon as I shot him, I walked away.
What else was in the living room that you remember?
Lalo is a separate evil entity that Brian's delusional framework has created. He would later claim Lalo is the devil, but no biblical figure with a similar name exists. He likely has some form of dissociative disorder, which leads him to attribute certain actions and behavior to the so-called devilish personality of Lalo. This way of thinking is so severe that he has blurred the lines between reality, religion, and his fictitious beliefs, so much so that he can no longer separate his own personal thoughts or moral compass from the entities he believes in.
Could you just describe the living room and the kitchen area? Was there anything in particular that you remember about it? Any pieces of furniture, or you mentioned that there was a Bible. Was there anything else?
I put the Bible on top of the TV, and then, I put the Bible, and then I left my backpack on the living room.
Okay.
And then when I shut it twice, I really saw the other dude, the one who was sleeping on the bed, he woke up.
Oh.
And I opened the door, but before I opened the door, I'm like, pray to the Bible. You know, Jesus Christ, your Savior.
Okay.
Just walked out. I didn't run anything, I just walked out. No.
Okay.
And that's it. Just not supposed to smoke something serious.
And you said you went home afterwards?
Or you smoked a cigarette after?
Rio's apartment. How many bedrooms are there?
You sick.
Just one.
Okay. And you mentioned there's a kitchen.
There's a little dog too, a brown dog.
Little brown dogs. Okay. How long have you known Rio?
Since when I died, when I came back.
Do you know when that was? What date that was?
No, sir.
Okay. And you mentioned that he was. Is he a family relative of some kind?
I believe so.
Okay.
Because for his fault, and the family I'm saying, my mom and my sister and everybody, yeah, we were children. My mom then had a couple with my dad because when we were little kids, we had an issue. My dad, I don't know if he hit my mom or whatever. So my grandpa, me and my mom and my sister and my brother, we went to Mexico, and then my grandpa was sick, and my dad stayed here working, and then we had to leave because my mom wanted to see my dad, you know? And then what Rico had on his leg, that happened to my grandpa. The same thing, his leg got swallowed.
And what are you talking about? What happened to Rico's leg?
Well,
Where are we going?
What was the thing you're talking about?
Where are we going with this?
So when we went back to Mexico, my grandpa had an accident, right?
Okay.
They chopped his leg off.
Oh wow.
He didn't survive. He passed out.
Sorry.
Yeah. And so all that I lived, it was because of him. He tied me. He was. Have you went to my house yet?
I haven't been to your house now.
So if you go to my house here, I got the books, I got everything.
Okay.
And there's more. Let's go. More proof.
Okay.
And yeah, I got a little dog. That little dog, my little sister, that he had inside his house.
Okay.
Lock this nigga
And
up.
do you remember what clothes you were wearing when this happened at Rico's house?
Yeah, what I got on now?
I was wearing a straight hat.
Straight hat?
Straight hat, single, and a bunny, white, and not like darkest, but yeah, it's like the whites.
Okay.
Put some cuffs on this fool.
What shoes were you wearing?
Nikes.
Nikes? Were these ones or the other ones?
Oh, okay.
Air Forces? Okay.
I'm about to say.
And what happened to those clothes that you were wearing?
They're in my house.
They're in your house? Where do you keep your clothes in your house?
In my room.
In your room? Okay.
Well, I got some brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any other weapons in your house?
Why you gotta go?
Okay. And
I had 9 clips, but that's it.
Okay.
He got a twin brother, so you just left your brother out there to live
And
by
you have
yourself.
ammo in your house?
Yes.
What kind of ammo do you have?
The shotguns and the big ones. Well, it was just like collecting.
Okay. Do you have any ammo that would work with your pistol?
No, sir.
No? Where do you buy your ammo?
Well, I usually get myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I used to be text with one of my cousins, his name is Ricky.
Uh-huh.
But nowadays I don't see him. He went homeless. Because I like helping homeless.
Okay, that's nice of you. Who did you get the gun from when you first got it?
Myself.
Okay.
I used to, when I was a little kid, I used to work in cartel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just passing weed, just a lot of weed.
Oh.
I used to struggle when I was 8 for the whole reason.
Okay.
Brian claims to have ties with a cartel, though there's no proof to confirm this. However, it's possible given the strong influence cartels have in Mexico. If true, it could explain his deteriorating mental state and lack of empathy. This is because being exposed to the extreme violence of organized crime at 8 years old when the brain is still developing could have deeply affected Brian. At such a young age, witnessing these atrocities can lead to lifelong behavioral and emotional issues. More specifically, dissociative disorders, which primarily develop between the ages of 7 and 9, especially in children who endure severe trauma or abuse. It is likely what he witnessed and learned in cartels also broke his moral compass, gave him paranoia, and eliminated his empathy as he displayed a callous dismissal of the victim's life. This exposure to crime was likely what introduced him to drugs, which would further worsen his mental health.
Why is this the first time that he shot somebody?
Because I never killed him. Never killed him.
How come?
Because it's like saying, if you, sir, could carry a gun, why not me? Right? We got papers, I can get papers too. It don't matter nothing.
Right.
But the problem is that I don't like killing people if they don't deserve it.
Okay.
Even though I can, because I don't believe in death. I already came from the
Has he done this before or has he
So what you're
not?
telling me is that you killed Rigo because you feel he deserved it.
He did. And I killed him. Like,
Because he deserved it, in your words, okay?
Yes, sir.
And you haven't killed other people because they haven't deserved it.
Yes, sir. And I don't feel like killing people just because for fun, you know? It's like grabbing someone's heart for fun. They did that to me. But I don't feel killing other people just for fun, no. In my words, I just got two people, just Rigo and Glory. That's it.
Mm.
Because Glory, she was the one type of people that gives me a lot of men, you know? And I did fuck with it. I'm not gonna lie. But she trying to put me in the mental hospital.
Oh, really?
When I get to believe someone's drug addict in the mental hospital, what if I tell you there's some bad spirits?
Yeah.
And I will believe, no, believe it.
The Bible that you mentioned that you put on TV,
Is that New Testament?
is that your Bible?
Yes, sir.
It is your Bible. Okay. And
The whole Bible connects to that one.
when you left it, how did you position the Bible when you left it?
I know this building. The one I picked up, but it's a big one.
Okay.
And it should be on the TV or in the cabinet.
Okay.
But my Bible, I have it in my room.
Okay.
It's this one.
Okay, right.
You see
How
that
are
living in
you, how
there?
are you doing on water? Do you need some more water?
No, that's all right.
You okay?
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
Great. I'm feeling happy because now I'm gonna live
What's
life.
good for muscle
We should touch
tension
for a minute. I'll be right back.
after the
Any
lower
questions?
body? Massaging it. Get you a massager.
Okay.
Drink water.
I'll be right back.
If you're
Stretch.
saying, can you contact the government, talking to borders?
I don't think I have the power to do that.
Yeah.
But if you think of any more questions,
Massaging it.
just hit that first thing, okay? I'll be right back.
Get that lactic acid out your body. That's why you see people do rollers.
Hey, Ryan. You know, we talked a little bit about Gloria and how she tried to take you in.
Mental hospital?
Yeah. You talked a little bit about using meth. You said you messed with it a little bit. Can you tell me just a little bit about that?
Well,
That's one thing I definitely
no,
would never
me and my
do.
brother invested me buying. Have any of you seen that? The cartoons that you want to eat the apple? Well, yeah, it's her.
Okay.
Ah,
When did you first use meth?
Me, I started when I was like 15.
Okay. And are you
15.
Currently using it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How often do you use it?
I don't use it as much. The only thing I use is weed and tobacco.
Okay.
A couple sometimes just beer.
How often do you think you use meth?
Like 3 times a week, you said?
Okay.
What? That's a lot.
Where do you get your meth?
Oh, with Rigo.
With Rio?
Rigo and
Okay. Rigo and Gloria? Do they give you meth or do they sell you meth?
well, they never sold me, but yeah, I got some.
Okay.
I'll go buy some. I'll be back. So I know they were the drug dealers. So
Okay. And you mentioned before that that Rigo deserved it. Now, when you went over that day, were you planning on killing him?
yes, sir.
Okay. You mentioned that he had asked you to sleep with you, and that created.
That's meth. That's that
He's
meth
one of those,
talking.
like people that are
Yeah.
stuck in their brains. Like it's like telling you.
I'm glad I can help you.
When you tell me to do something, I ain't sticking with it.
Yeah, definitely massage
And it's
the
possible.
area
Yes, it is.
and stretch.
Okay.
And get some like
When did you
what's
decide
cool to drink now for
Yeah, tell me.
recovery?
To confess with
Some
truth, you mean it.
protein,
This is like telling
protein
you,
shit.
church, confessing, you're not meaning it. You gotta mean it to be free or that's called, it's like saying.
According to several researchers, extensive methamphetamine use can significantly damage the brain's prefrontal cortex, which is involved in memory, decision-making, and impulse control. This alteration of the brain's functioning leads to the user experiencing several issues such as paranoia, delusional thinking, and hallucinations. The constant release of dopamine is also linked with extreme feelings of confidence, and in Brian's case, it leads to him developing grandiosity so severe that he believes he has the power to influence the country's border.
Kid that everybody talks about, but it's everybody connected to my brain.
Okay.
You know? And if I've been talking bad about someone that I even know, yeah, it looks stupid and it's not respectful. So today when I come and I ask him, hey, you're the whole kid that, yes, sir, mankind, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, you know?
Okay.
And then if I say, yeah, of course, no worries, because I appreciate the people who apologize, because now they will nowadays see how I am.
Okay.
They ain't thought the opposite, you know, like, oh yeah, this was talking shit, you know?
Okay.
Wow,
You're
that
trying to
sucks.
get Rigo to confess.
All the damage he did. All the
I love music, so I would
Did
go
you bring
crazy.
the
I
Bible
couldn't
with
do
you when
that.
you went to his house? The one that you saw?
But probably
I didn't.
No, because then I'll go crazy from. You go crazy either way. I will go
He
crazy.
had the Bible in the counter, and the Bible was inside the bag, and one page was ripped.
This is
So
a
he,
scraper.
like, experimenting with
Got
the
on
Bible, so the Bible
Amazon.
is my life. Say the Bible to me, Jesus Christ, your Savior.
But I would probably.
Man,
I mean, it's a scenario, so I'll probably say never listen to the same song twice.
you know that.
Because then I wouldn't get caught up to a song. I wouldn't caught up with a song.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, of course, everything.
I probably wouldn't even listen to music then.
I can force everything the right way and that way.
Yeah,
That's
what
what
is the
it
way to go?
Now, the other guys that were in the apartment, do you know those guys?
That's all I drink is water. Matter of fact, I gotta get my water. Good looking out.
How do you know?
My knee.
He lives with the. He lives on second storage, all the way on the left. And the one who called me earlier, he lives all on top. But that's the only few persons I know. I don't know the real names.
Okay.
But the one dude that was staying that one night, I don't know him now.
Okay. After you left, did you talk to anybody about this?
Well, I talked to them before I left. I was like,
Nice.
that's your name, bro. Who is Jesus Christ? And my brother, Uncle Liz. He was like, no. You know, they were making laugh of it. But before that, I walked towards them and I was like, yeah, you know them? No, and I showed them my wallet and everything. I showed them the proof. The Bible and everything, you know. And then as soon as I showed them, like they calmed down like the over that negative things. Like it felt like when you're so nervous and then I show you something, then now you feel like less just calm. And like everything relaxes. And so he's like, oh yeah, that's what's up. But he was confused.
That's that crystal talking.
I don't know, spray thing. It was like a hole. He started showering everything. It was like smoke or whatever. But it was when he was tying the whole souls and everything. And I'm like, what the f are you for real? And I told him, like, man, the f is this? I told him, man, stop it. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna stop. And so I told him, all right, so you're gonna confess and just stop your shit. And that's what I gotta do.
Did you and Chaparro and Rigo use meth that night?
I did.
Use not.
See?
Okay.
I didn't.
They were like, hey, you don't got some? I know he did have some. And I'm like, because he's a drug dealer or whatever.
How'd that make you feel when he told you no?
See? You
And
do
it
it.
made me feel racist. Because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop it and then this and this.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather not listen to the same. But if I couldn't listen to like Aaliyah, I'd be mad.
He got upset by it. He left. Okay. And so when he left, I told him too. I'm like, hey, you should leave because
Music is too vital to my life.
I don't want you to be
So
around
very.
because, you know.
Okay. That's why Chaparro, because he told me you were gonna talk to him.
Yeah, I told him about.
I might want to try to pronounce that.
Okay.
Integral.
Brian, what do you think should happen to you because you shot Rico?
For me? I mean, can I ask you a question? How many people have you killed?
What?
I haven't killed anybody, bro.
And what about other officers?
I don't know the answer to that question. I can tell you.
Well, I do got the questions. Because I'm the law now, and I'm the judge. We're speaking with real words, truth, words. The Bible never lies.
Oh,
I'm just wondering what you
So I
thought
was
about
just
that.
wondering, that's why I was asking you a question earlier. You think you could call the government from Donald Trump or whatever, to open the borders and open the law?
I don't have that kind of authority.
Well, I got the power.
Brian,
I want that to be justice for all.
You had your phone with you. What's the password to get into your phone? Is there a particular password?
And my question, why do you guys want to go through my phone for?
Well, because it's part of the case.
Did you just pop somebody's head
Can I
off?
go through your phone?
No.
No, right? So I said no.
Okay. It's your choice if you don't want to give me
No,
the
it's my
password.
choice.
Yeah. So if you don't want to give me the password, that's okay. I'm just asking.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate you asking, sir, but no, thank you.
Okay.
Rich in a way that
Did you
disappoints
talk
them
to anybody about what happened?
because they already don't like me. So
That they didn't believe me.
Well, I think what people.
they already stopped me from making money.
That's my reason.
Tons of it.
Response.
Well, I'm just talking
So
about.
I'd rather just
Talking about what
have a
happened,
reason
you know.
for them to be mad.
I said it to them.
I'd rather have given them. If I go back, I would rather give them all the reason to be mad than to not be where I should be at.
Brian's long-term methamphetamine use and distorted thinking patterns have detached Brian from reality. Individuals with rigid religious
How think you'd
beliefs
be
have
too
Brian
mad at
are more
somebody
prone
that
to
gives you
violent
money
behavior, particularly when
every
possessed
time
of
you ask
divine
for it?
justification. Coupled with this is Brian's distorted vision of power and lack of remorse, which puts him at risk for future violence. And the prosecutors thought the same. During his trial in May of 2023, their entire argument was based on how susceptible to violence he was. They emphasized his impulsive behavior and deemed him a risk to society due to his recurring violence. The jury clearly agreed, and in August of 2023, Brian was charged with first-degree murder and sentenced to 70 years in prison with the possibility of parole after 28 years.
70, man, just take me out.
This is
bro.
Mary Emma DeGarris, and this is Billy Corson.
Both suspects are about to be questioned by the police regarding the attempted murder of a man in Nassau County, Florida.
Police are investigating an attempted murder that spans
Yo.
3 counties. According to the police report,
Take
it
me
starts with an
out.
attack in Yulee down this dirt road last Monday. Police say the suspects, Miriam Garrett and
If I
Philip
get-
Horson, got in an argument with the victim. They allegedly shot the 43-year-old, stabbed him several times, and struck him over the head with a hammer. They're then accused of using the victim's stolen car to drive him in a plastic bag to Ponte Vedra, dumped his body near a boat ramp. But he was not dead.
This would happen rapidly because the victim is conscious.
I would appreciate
and
that. I would love to be at an All-Star game. I love
According to the
football.
report, the victim told deputies his car had a GPS tracker. That's what led
Yeah, I'm
deputies to their
a
spot in
broken
Jacksonville.
athlete.
Police found the 2 suspects in the car
So
and
that's what
arrested
I'm
them
trying
for
to
attempted
get
murder.
back to.
Action News Jackson State Director Dale
At
Carson
least
has
be able to
experience in
dribble a
enforcement. He says how
basketball
cars
in a
technology
game
can play a
and
crucial
feel
role in
comfortable.
solving crimes.
They can open up the communication device
No
in your
aces.
vehicle.
No
It connects to the internet, connects to a phone system.
Now, according to that police report, the suspect and victim got in an argument.
In due
His
time, I'm
victim's
gonna figure out how to
apparently
take over this whole
arrested and
social
was
media
high on
thing.
The victim
I'm
was
gonna
found by the side of the road.
be like the black, not the black, but the older Kai Sanat.
Detectives begin by
That's the
interviewing
goal.
Mariama to see what she has to say.
All right, so you know why we're here.
No, I don't. I have no idea.
But I need to bring my ass to work to go get ready to do
Sunday
that.
night, early Monday morning.
Okay, so it's about car.
This, yes.
Okay. Okay, so I know that
All right, so what can you tell me about?
much. You shot that last time.
All right, I know you still have the other detectives, but since it's happening in Nassau, that's why I'm calling you now.
Great
So
grandkids.
what can you remember about that?
I feel like I would have to explain way too much to my grandparents or ancestors. I mean, it'd be nice to meet them, but I'd just be like, gosh, you guys are boring.
They went, oh, he stepped in and dude took him down, I caught him over the head.
It would be nice to know why I'm here, you know, from who, you know, but
Shot him in the leg and that's it. We left through.
I had boring parents, so I can only imagine how boring their parents were, and then their parents. So
You said something to
I'm sure they were. And then they're from the South, so I'm good. I'm good. They're from North Carolina and South Carolina. I'm not trying to go back into that. So I'd rather go meet my grandkids, my great grandkids, if I get the opportunity. They'll probably come up with a pill at that time so you can live longer.
And he started he's like, oh, I'm trying to do a porno or something with him. And then he was like, show me inside the car. And that's when he said,
Mary Emma claims that a random man attacked her while she and Billy, or as she calls him Opie, were getting to their car.
Okay, I'm a Cowboy fan. That's what's up.
You get pushed up against the
I'm a
car,
huge
it's
Cowboys
not on you.
fan.
What happened to that?
that's what
I've been a Cowboys fan all my life.
And then as I said,
So are you pushed up against the hood of the car, the side of the car?
side car, passenger side door, exact.
All right, so you got you pushed up against the car. Does he have his hands on you?
Yes.
Where at?
On my shoulders.
So if I was grabbing you right now,
Dude, I was back on my shoulders.
I went to a Cowboys game at the stadium about, what, 3 years ago?
It's all blurry, to be honest, he pulled the dude off me. They started fighting. Dude came out, looked at me again, gave me at him.
I would love to know all that stuff too, but I just, if I could fast forward it with the experience, the full experience, I'd do it.
And then, like I said, I don't want.
But I don't want to know how it is to be a slave. I don't want to know how it is to, nah, I'm good. Nah. Because my parents already treated me enough like a slave. I'm good.
And that's when he got up chases and he shot him.
They treated me like I was supposed to be the first to sit down and do nothing and just look at them and wait till they burped and be like, are you okay? Nah.
Yeah, before we, like, right as we started moving the car, he got, like, he came at us. And then China, he made that.
Yeah, North Carolina, I can only imagine what South Carolina was like. I went down there a couple times and it was like, nah. I love North Carolina. I'm not gonna lie, I love North Carolina.
No, he got out of the car because I got the car first.
So who's driving?
I was.
You were driving?
I'm doing the license.
All right, so you're pulling away.
Because
I'm in West Texas right now, so
Oh, he was up here. I'm not, I went out of the car and he was grabbing the car stuff. He gets in the car, I was along, he chases.
that goes to show that I kind of like that being remote,
No, not.
distant
So
from
you
people.
forgot to drive. Okay.
Yes.
So you get in, dude's unconscious laying down. You jump in the car.
Yeah, because he, said, just go get in the car, he's like, get the car running, I'll go grab our stuff.
All right, so you got the car running. You're waiting on Logan to come back.
Mm-hmm.
What
You
happened?
got
You're sitting.
Nothing.
You're sitting there.
After that shit, I turned the car on, and I started driving that way, because everyone's at
his
that.
Instagram,
Go over, grab some on the porch.
KINGMERC 248.
No, I said our stuff, I was going down the way, like, my bag and some shit.
All right, so you're sitting there waiting for Logan to come back. Oh, he's coming back.
Absolutely, the dude didn't get up until he got back in the car.
So Opie gets in the car. Dude gets up.
So what did she
I
do?
need you to paint me a picture of how that
drug addict.
So many days, I'm tired.
They should go home. I don't care about this one.
Gunshots ring out in a gated community.
Shots rang out. People shot.
Then hours later, an interview like no other.
If you like, you're not. Oh, good. Oh, thank you.
Why in the world is this woman so happy? The answer may lie very close to home.
That's a nice house. You ain't never going back there. That's crazy.
They say you don't choose your family. But for Gerard Estacchio, who grew up as one of 8 kids, he was happy with the one he got.
I would describe my brother as someone who's.
I wish I was happy with the one I got.
He's a very generous person, and he's a guideline for me.
My brother was pretty much a person that one would love to be around.
In this upscale neighborhood of Fallbrook, California, Gerard, a real estate agent and kids rugby coach, lived with his wife Laura.
Would you rather
his
your
older son from a previous
listen?
relationship.
I understand
And
the
living in
past
the
could
guest
be
house
the
was
triggers.
Gerard's mom,
Yeah.
Cynthia Citabata.
I don't think I want to know what
Gerard
it's like
wanted to make
to
sure that Cynthia received
be
the
a
care
slave,
she needed,
bro,
and
or
a better
to
place
be
for her
close
to
to
be among family.
slavery.
3 generations.
Which I
lived
understand why my
together, but
father
they weren't
left.
involved.
You know.
There were conflicts, most often between Gerard
But
and his mother.
anyway,
Their relationship
would
was
you
the
rather
best.
tell
At times they
your
simply existed because
would you
both of
rather
them
tell
lived on the
your
same
your
property.
partner
Cynthia
you're having
was a
an
smoker,
affair,
something
or
Gerard detested.
My brother did
have
not want
them
Cynthia to
tell
smoke
you
in the
their?
presence of his children. He believed that if you're going to stay in my home,
I would
you have to
rather
abide by my
tell
rules.
her I'm in an affair.
My aunt Cindy would be on the back patio smoking.
Because
with
it's
an
not
office
gonna be
in the house. And he'd be out
nothing
there
but
watering, and he would see, oh, where's the smoke? I see fire.
a nut.
Fire, and he would hose my aunt down.
With her, it's gonna be some kind of
He
connection,
did it to my friend's wife,
possibly.
Laura, his wife. He would hose it, but it was a hose because she would say something he didn't like.
In another reoccurring issue, Cynthia believed Gerard, a military reservist, was way too strict with the kids.
My brother would tell me that she didn't approve of the way he disciplined the kids. On the other hand, my brother didn't approve of
I
the way he
appreciate
would
it.
discipline his kids.
Typical family problems, perhaps, but it probably wasn't easy for Cynthia's daughter, Gerard's wife Laura, who often
Yeah, I
found
was
herself
always
in
an
the middle.
athlete, man.
But
I
today
just
is supposed to be different.
got
I
hurt.
plan on going over there and taking her lunch and pampering her that day. Just spending the day with her.
They had a
But the celebrating
psychotic
and birthday
family.
celebrations would never be. The piercing sounds of gunfire changed everything. Concerned neighbors call 911.
Sheriff's Communications Dispatcher, number 10, may I help you?
I've never shot a gun in my life, so I'm not an expert, but I'm sitting here in my house and I heard 4 or 5 discharges.
Hi, I'm coming out and doing my hair, and I could hear what sounded like gunshots, and I opened my window, and I hear it sounded like a man saying, help me, help me. I'm like, oh, I took seconds. I don't understand.
Yeah, there was some gunshots fired, about 5 of them behind my house, and I could hear someone yelling, help me. Oh, there's a gunshot. Another shot fired. Another one. Way more complete. And this person's screaming.
Yeah. Here, is it male, you know?
Yo, grandma's letting them things off.
Female with a raspy smoke voice.
Grandma busted.
Deputies quickly descend on the quiet enclave. A trail of blood leads them to the victim.
Looking through the windows of the residence, they did see the body from outside and went in to actually conduct a rescue.
But a rescue will prove pointless. The victim is dead. George Estacchio learns there's an emergency at his brother's house and rushes there, not knowing what horror awaits him.
As I approached the neighborhood, I was hearing these helicopters circling. They already put up the yellow do not cross tape around where my brother lives. And all I see was police cars. Then I knew right then and there was something happening.
After many hours, George learns the body found lying in a pool of blood is his brother, Gerard. He's been shot multiple times.
I said, wow. That's all I said is, wow, wow. My mind just kind of couldn't take that kind of news.
George calls family on the East Coast to give them the dreadful news.
My mother lost just about every breath she had. And despite losing her breath, the words that she uttered will haunt me for the rest of my life. She said, that woman, Laura's mother, killed my son.
George isn't so sure, but unbelievably, he does suspect the killer is family.
My brother had an 18-year-old son who happens to be a recovering drug addict. He'd been a drug addict looking for money, and my brother being a disciplinarian, he probably retaliated against his father. It could be his son. That was the very first thing in my mind.
So where is the older son? And for that matter, where is Cynthia?
My concern was, where's my aunt? You know, she could be hurt in the house too. They can't find her.
Coming up,
Did he say anything to you?
were these Gerard's last words?
I love you. He said, Grandma, I love you?
Yeah.
God damn.
Wow. No, don't do that to me. Oh, you are trash. Bro, don't do that to me. Go back.
Gunshots, his family.
You're not going to do that.
I love you. He said, Grandma, I love you?
Yeah.
God damn.
We got to get grandma.
Gerard Estacchio has just been found savagely murdered in his own home. His body riddled with bullets.
We're all in shock. We don't know why, what, who, or when.
She's
Right
tripping.
now, finding out the who is the most pressing of those questions. While sheriff's deputies aren't ruling anyone out, including Gerard's
I
eldest son,
appreciate it. Yeah,
they
I'm
have
trying to
some
get back to
specific
it.
in mind. They want
Whenever I play basketball, everybody's like, why you not still playing? You stupid.
him and his family.
I'm like, damn, I've been hearing this for 20 years. Let me go ahead and get back serious.
Coffee shop and take
So I've been dedicating myself to getting back in shape
In a very jovial kind of way, happily greeting the police officer.
while seeming crazy to everybody else. But everybody's crazy when you're doing the first time. You're the first time doing something different.
At your house. And unfortunately, Laura's husband.
But I gotta pay them bills.
Well, unfortunately, Laura's husband. has
And then I
passed
can
away.
get better content. I can get better clothes. I can do more things. So that, excuse me, so that my YouTube will go up.
Because we're trying to figure out what happened to them, okay?
Be in a happier place, make better content. I'm not sitting here just whining about my damn parents and some shit that I can't do anything about in the past.
Cynthia tells
It's
detectives
frustrating.
Jaward has been abusive to her daughter Laura,
Because I want to get over it.
saying Jaward has sprayed her with water. tripped her.
But I don't feel like I'll get over it until I feel better.
All of them.
You seen everybody?
So clearly, Cynthia was not Jaward's biggest fan.
And in
She says
school or
naturally
working
blows detectives away.
and traveling and living in a nice house with a beautiful woman
I was guilty.
or two or three
I did.
that slide by.
You tell me.
Whatever.
I hope so.
In a shocking turn, Cynthia suddenly confesses to the murder.
Why she
What
kill
reason
him?
does she give for committing this homicidal act? Detectives learned the final straw for Cynthia was a comment Jaward made that morning before his daughter's spelling bee.
You can't go like that because it looks like you're ghetto. It is.
She took offense to
What?
the comment and went and got her revolver.
That's crazy. No, she wouldn't do
You tried to
that.
cover your first and then what happened? Wait, it wasn't enough.
Jaward never saw the first shots coming. The shot in the back. Cynthia was just getting started.
After she fired all 5 shots out of that revolver,
She
she
reloaded.
chose to go all the way to her car and reload 5 more rounds. She
Wow.
walked back into the backyard and found the victim bleeding and crawling, trying to get away.
Wow.
She fired 5 more shots into his body. She still wasn't done. She still chose to go to her car and load 5 more rounds.
What?
By that time, the victim had crawled his way into the kitchen. She pulled out that revolver and fired 5 more shots until the victim was finally dead.
She went and reloaded 2 times.
Reload twice.
How many times rounds do you remember firing?
15.
15?
Yes.
And of those 15 bullet shot, 12 hit her son-in-law, Jaward, killing him.
Did he say anything to you?
She's accurate with her shit too. That's crazy.
He said that to you? Yeah. After you shot him, he said, Grandma, I love you? Yeah. God damn.
Did you check the CCTV?
What's wrong with you, girl?
Take care.
She went and enjoyed her birthday. She went to Denny's, she went to Pachanga and gambled for 2 hours, and then went and enjoyed some coffee at a coffee shop until she was finally contacted by detectives.
Is he alive?
Yo, she's
Okay,
sick.
good. Oh, thank you.
Unbelievably, detectives
That's my mother right here. It sound like her. That sound just like. That
Jaward's
sound
family
like her.
also hears it through the sheriff's station's walls.
As I was sitting there, I heard, along with my other family members, she loudly said, "Yes, I shot him." We all just stared, and we just can't believe that she did.
He did. Oh, thank you. Oh, boy. You don't feel bad about it? No. Would you do it again? Yes.
With that exceptionally enthusiastic admission of guilt, detectives allow family members to come in and say their goodbye. Laura, Jaward's wife, his daughter, is almost inconsolable.
I wanted to. Birthday. 13 years, I want to go. Yeah.
And his young daughter, Cynthia's granddaughter, can barely make it in the room.
Oh, honey. You're gonna kiss me.
Before placing
No,
Cynthia's
you killed my
daughter under
dad.
arrest and taking her to jail, the detective suggests one last thing. She called on a higher power.
Whoever you pray to, even to
I prayed for me.
or a higher power.
Today.
Okay.
First time, I would pray.
What'd you pray for?
Hope he died.
Wow, this gotta be comedy, bro. This ain't real.
Cynthia Sidabaka is charged with first-degree murder.
She had been planning this. She actually had been to the shooting range 2 weeks
Yeah,
earlier.
I was saying she's accurate with it.
This very same gun.
Doctors evaluate Cynthia, finding her competent to stand trial. Almost 3 years after Jaward was gunned down, opening statements.
You're going to hear throughout this case that she
Yo.
will refer to herself as ghetto grandma. And I don't want to use that term in any
Bro,
disparaging way.
kill a
Call
granny.
herself that even to her own grandkids.
She doesn't. She doesn't remember.
She's got Alzheimer's or something.
The prosecution.
Something
The
pressing
victim's
against her
wife
brain, bro.
testified for the
Ain't-
defense
She got
in order to
CTE.
Support claims that the victim was abusive.
So the defense has Laura, but the prosecution has the interrogation video.
Where did you get that gun? Went bought it. Did you get it? You tell me. Yeah, we did.
Many days and witnesses later, the case goes to the jury. And when everyone's back in court to hear the verdict, Cynthia is seen strangely waving to the judge. But it doesn't help. Cynthia Sidabaka is found guilty.
And face the degree thereof, as
She
murder in
don't
the first
care.
degree.
She shows no remorse. None whatsoever. None.
At Cynthia's sentencing, Jawar's sister Janisa holds up 15 photos with the 15 shots fired.
Every one of these photos epitomize him, his family, and his love of
That's
life.
so sad.
Laura
Man.
also addresses the court.
Is she crying now? Don't you dare.
The guilty killer grandma is going down hard.
But she's
66-year-old
smiling.
Cynthia Sidabaka is sentenced 50 years to life.
50 years. Honestly,
She ain't
I
gonna
hope she
get
got easy.
So the one question remains, was there abuse?
We looked into the various claims of abuse, and we simply just determined that whether or not they were true, the defendant had no right to make herself the judge, jury, and executioner. This was simply an act of vigilante homicide.
Now this family is suffering the loss of two of their own, one at the hands of the other.
I still cry a lot. Not only did we lose Gerard that day, but we lost Nair too.
The word monster is even too good for someone like her. She's a devil. How could you do this to someone who permitted you to live in his home? And you did this without thinking about the consequences for your daughter, your grandchildren. That's
My mom did that. She said, throw your dreams up in the air and let me show you a magic trick. Bow, 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 bow. Throw your happiness in the air. Let me just do something for you.
Crystal McDowell's life had just started to turn around. The divorce
Yo,
dealer
she's
was finally
crazy.
finding success in the Houston area and had recently fallen head over heels in love with a jeweler named Paul Hargrave.
Of course, a
My
jeweler.
she came in to have a random remade. So random ring.
From there, Paul says their relationship heated up quicker than summer in Texas.
She's a good
We didn't
8.5,
talk about a few things, but again, this
8.3.
was fairly new. We were talking about possibly her moving in. She didn't want to be by herself.
There was one reason: her ex-husband and father of her two children, Stephen
Oh,
McDowell.
hell no.
Crystal had only temporarily moved back in with him while her new townhouse was
This
undergoing
nigga
renovation.
look crazy.
She was a little worried. He had gotten a little possessive, and she probably thought maybe there is hope for reconciliation.
Bro, we all a little
So,
crazy when you be with somebody for so long.
And there was even more disappointment. Crystal had planned a cruise with her kids and her uncle. At first, she invited
We all
her
act a
ex Stephen,
little crazy
then
until we
disinvited
realize we're
him
being
and bought
crazy.
Paul a ticket instead.
I knew that they were having some difficulties getting along, and I think she was ready to get out of the house.
Why'd you
Then
just
Courtney
not?
hit. The night before the storm was predicted to make landfall, Crystal stayed at Paul's. In the morning, his surveillance cameras captures Crystal leaving and getting into her black Mercedes, heading to her ex-husband's house to pick up her kids before the weather got too bad.
She left here around 7 in the morning. She probably arrived at Steve's house 20, 30 minutes later.
At 7:27 a.m., Crystal texts Paul, "Have an amazing day, and you are so sweet." He texts back, "I love you, and I'll always support you." No reply.
I began to get worried after she didn't start replying back to my text messages. Crystal was known to reply back very quickly.
By that evening, the Category 4 hurricane has hit Houston with a vengeance.
Said that he abused the kid or abused somebody. She didn't really care. She just wanted to kill him. She just wanted to take him out. That's all
Her
that
best
was.
friend Bronze braves the storm, driving west with a bad feeling. One soon shared by
She just
Chambers
wanted to
County
catch her
Sheriff
body.
Well, the
Body.
thing that has to do with the hurricane because the missing person complaint. had come
She
in prior to-
Grandma Vaughn
so
over
As the
here.
storm rages, the investigation begins.
One of the first things that we look at is social media. So we immediately pinged her telephone and we started doing other things such as getting search warrants on her phone records. We could not find her iPad. We couldn't find her
Bro,
telephone.
we already
So
know
were
he did
operating
this
off
whole 6
phone
minutes.
records.
Actually,
One phone number pops up a lot: Crystal's new boyfriend, Paul Hargrave. Investigators have been called in on a missing person as Hurricane Harvey comes crashing to shore in Houston. The first person they want to interview about Crystal McDowell's whereabouts is her boyfriend, Paul Hargrave.
I immediately went to the police department and gave them a statement, DNA, cell phone records, camera footage, so that
I don't think he
A,
did that.
or B.
He already got the
He was
cheeks.
cooperative and fairly.
The man who's
forthcoming.
not
We
getting the
gained
cheeks is the
some
scary
evidentiary
one
items
you
from
need to
such as
worry
video.
about.
We claimed to have video, so obviously that became a red flag to us.
And Paul takes a polygraph test, but
Hold
it doesn't
on,
go so well.
what?
They didn't tell me the result, but
Bro, they setting you up.
we focused on someone else.
He was cooperative and fairly forthcoming. We had problems getting some evidentiary items from him, such as video. We claimed to have video, so obviously that became a red flag to us.
And Paul takes a
Oh,
polygraph
man.
test, but it doesn't go so well.
They didn't tell me the result, but there was a lot of yelling and screaming.
When Stephen undergoes the test, he tells detectives that Crystal never showed up at his house that morning, though she told Paul that's where she was heading.
He did fail the polygraph. He wasn't forthcoming on all those questions that we had in the initial interviews with him.
For days, Crystal's friends and family search the area. Then investigators make a pair of shocking discoveries. The first
38.
in the flooded parking lot of a cheap
Yeah,
motel.
we would be around
See
that
this
age
black
now.
car right here, this Mercedes? 2 people got out of it, and it doesn't belong to them.
This home video shot from the motel balcony shows bystanders watching 2 people as they rummage through a black Mercedes. It's Crystal McDowell's Mercedes, and the keys are still inside.
She or someone had placed the car there. And the way the car was parked, it appeared to us it was more staged.
Bro.
I didn't think for a moment that Crystal had parked it.
The most shocking discovery
don't
comes a
tell
couple
me.
weeks later.
I got a call from the Texas Ranger that Saturday afternoon saying that they had found me.
Crystal's decomposing body dumped in a wooded area predicted to be covered by millions of gallons of water from a hurricane. Unbelievably, police only found her with the help of Stephen McDowell, Crystal's ex-husband.
He actually, drove us to the body.
Bro,
Sheriff say it took several interviews, but
please
Stephen
tell me this
McDowell
part
finally tearfully confessed, admitting to strangling Crystal during an argument. One report saying with her children in the next room.
I think they know that mom, and mom's not coming back.
McDowell was charged with first-degree felony murder. While he was convicted and sentenced to 50 years in prison, it was little solace for Crystal's family and friends.
On substance, doesn't feel like reality. Doesn't feel like she's actually gone. So it's been difficult
She
to
was pretty enough.
I
Like,
have no words for Stephen.
I would
And
definitely shut up the
I'm not gonna
club.
get a text, and I'm not gonna get a call again. We're not gonna do birthday parties for our children again. I won't get. I mean, this will be a long time before I'll.
Why she like Whoa Vicky? Did she like Whoa Vicky?
Welcome everybody to another thick and hearty smoked out courtroom session of Lockdown 23 and 1.
He just looked crazy.
That's right, today we're going to witness someone going in front of a judge on a probation violation. He pretty much thinks he's going home. His attorney's shooting for him to get back on probation. But the prosecution's asking the judge to give him the max, 10 years. You know, that's pretty scary, especially when you're going in front of Judge Boyd. Look, I've done a lot of court cases, been in and out the courtroom myself, seen many judges. But no one screams justice and you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes like Judge Boyd. She will smoke you from here to kingdom come and you won't know what happened. And it could happen today, I don't know. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoy all things lock up and crime related, then this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today. All right, let me break down a little bit of what this guy's feeling before I press play. He's in orange, so that means he's been sitting in jail. Usually on a probation violation, there's no bond.
Didn't I just watch that?
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to another glorious day in the courtroom. And today, it's not your average boot smoking day. No, it's not. We're taking a little bit of an unorthodox approach. This is definitely something a little bit different. And as always, before we get into these few clips, do not forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. If you're into content pertaining to lockup of any nature, this is where you want to be.
You swear affirm that testimony you should give to this one is not going to be true, so truth, nothing but the truth of God.
Mr. President, very much. Oh, okay, we're not going to talk about this trial in this case yet. I just wanted to confirm what anyone may have said to you.
All right, let's go ahead and pause it right there for anybody that might not know what's going on.
That boy got the way
he's already testified against the defendant with the detectives. You know, jailhouse snitches first and foremost to go
Got the way spinning.
Detectives determine whether or not they're being truthful, if it can be used in a
My
courtroom.
guy is about
Once
to
it's proven and
smoke
checked out,
himself
detectives
off.
believe him, he gets to take that glorious stand. Now, what you heard right at the beginning of this video was them swearing him in, right? They asked him to lift his right hand, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth. The judge said no. Before we move on with the official trial, let's just find out if he is going to be doing what he's going to do. It's crazy to think that if someone has the right intel and they know how to speak, they can get your ass locked up forever. And
That's
you probably
crazy,
didn't do a
isn't
damn
it?
thing. You just got caught up at the wrong place, wrong time, and had the wrong jailhouse rat cellmate. Let's see what this guy's going to say on the stand.
And you've been called here
He gonna
today
start
to
singing.
testify about that statement you made with your attorney to the detectives.
You've been called here today to speak about the testimony that
Call
you
him
given
Luther.
to the detectives.
You understand that?
Bro, why would you get yourself in a
Amazing.
situation like that?
According to that statement you made in the presence of your attorney and to the detectives here today in your court. Say it one more time. Do you intend to testify based on that statement here today in the court? Are you gonna testify?
Oh, man, what's this guy going to do, man? The guy asking him these questions is the prosecutor, right? The guy working for the state, trying to prosecute the defendant. And he's asking him if he's going to follow up with what he said to the detectives once again. And he ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing. He's like, man, shit, I messed up. Maybe I shouldn't be here. You know, there's a lot of jailhouse snitches out there that don't have any kind of principles. They don't care what happens to you. But there's a rare few that when they take that stand and see you, the defendant, the guy that they're about to snitch on, eye to eye, they have a change of heart. Something with them says, nah, I can't do this shit, man. Or there could be something else at play. We'll talk about that when we get there. But so far, he ain't saying nothing.
Let me rephrase this. Let me rephrase it. This person over here.
Look at them waves, though.
Right?
You spent
Or assaulted you or did anything and then
That nigga about to be somebody's boyfriend in prison.
testify according to your statement. Nope. That's what you got.
All right, so the prosecutor's asking, is there anybody that's trying to scare you, that's beating you up, and is trying to stop you from testifying against the defendant? And he says no, but the prosecutor's question is very valid. This happens on a regular basis as well. Witness tampering with witness, however you like to call it. People will threaten the witnesses, especially if they get their personal information, or in his situation, looks like he's in jail already. He's got cuffs on. So that's even easier for anyone to get someone that's in jail to push up on him and say, hey, bro, if you don't stop what you're doing, we're going to take your life. There's no running from it. You better take that stand and not say a damn thing. And that happens all the time. All he has to do is write one letter, one phone call, one message in any way, shape, or form to one of the crazier guys in the game that he knows will go run up on this fool and tell him to shut his damn mouth. But see, here's the thing. He's in a lose-lose situation, right? He's already testified to the detectives. He's already a snitch, if you ask me. Even if he doesn't say anything on the stand, he's already started that initial snitching. And detectives, especially over here in Virginia, they don't need no damn person to testify. They can just use your words. I've seen many situations where guys went in the courtroom and there was no witnesses, still convicted off the witnesses' testimonies at the scene, but they're not in the courtroom. So even if he doesn't say
I'm not
anything on
doing
the stand,
nothing to
he
get
could very well
myself in
still
trouble.
be used in the courtroom.
Court, I've been to court twice, 3 times. I'm good. And I ain't do nothing crazy. Well, I could have.
So with that being said, do you intend to testify today? Yes or no? Then we have to look at the possibility, yes, actually, yes or no.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. That prosecutor is pissed. He's making the prosecutor and the detectives look like dummies. One thing they hate more than anything is looking like a dummy. You hear all those sophisticated words they use in there. They don't want to be looked at like that. They want to look like brilliant soldiers of the law. But when you got a guy coming in pleading the fifth, there ain't really nothing to fight with, is there? And the judge hates it more than all of them, man. The judge is like, this is a complete waste of my damn time.
All right, Mr. Burke, please do answer the question, yes or no. No, yes or no. I think the question was, do you intend to
Damn, don't put my man in that situation.
The judge even asked. He's getting frustrated too. You know, a lot of people, when the judge asks you to do something, they're going to do it. And don't ever get it twisted. You don't have to speak if the judge speaks to you. You have every right to shut the hell up. And 99% of the time, that's your best route. Shut the hell up. But this guy, he's just, I don't know what the hell this dude's doing. Maybe he just wanted a damn ride to the courthouse, smell some fresh air. Who knows? Maybe got a few cigarettes. I know for a fact people invite you detectives just to get a chicken sandwich and some cigs. They'll walk into the block, I smell these Newports on my finger, boys. No push, I've seen it, man. Give some bullshit story about some random ass clown just to get a damn chicken sandwich and some Newports.
I mean,
No, the answer is obviously, need to say no. Mr. Higgs, are you agree? I agree with that he should be declared unavailable?
So it's looking good for the defendant. They're not going to be using his testimony.
Bro, I gotta get a
They're
coffee
all coming to
maker.
an agreement that by his
I want
silence,
some
pretty much
coffee.
says no, he will not be testifying. But let's take a closer look at this defendant.
I want some coffee.
If I were to guess, just by judging a book by the back of its cover, because all I can see is the back of it for the most part, but taking everything into account, even down to this guy being silent, I strongly believe some pressure was put on this guy behind bars. As soon as someone got wind that he left and went and talked to the detectives, they probably put 2 and 2 together and ran up on him. And then you would think they beat him up. But a lot of these gangsters and these blocks are smarter than you think. They know he's going to testify. So why would they want to beat him up before he goes and takes a stand? Then the judge and everyone will see that he was tampering with the witness in some way, shape, or form. Even if it wasn't him, it was definitely his goons. Now look, I'm just painting pictures of different scenarios that happen in jail. This is
I'm
I have
good.
no
I don't
idea
want no
what
issues.
this situation is. The only thing we know is that someone snitched and they're having a change of heart on the stand. And this stuff happens all the time.
Did I just wait for that? Bro, I'm mad as hell. I'm mad I really waited for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we like to show people the real versions of movies. Okay, so I got another one for you. Today we're going to do Deep Impact. I don't know if you've seen it. This is when Morgan Freeman was a black president. An asteroid was speeding towards Earth, and he had to figure out a way to solve the problem and save humanity. I wonder what would really happen. Ladies, you see it? Hello, America. As you all know, there's an asteroid the size of Maine speeding towards Earth as we speak. I'd like to take a moment out of the day to address the allegations that this is somehow my fault. Firstly, I'd like to say that these allegations are absolutely and 100% false. Secondly, and most importantly, I'd like to say that you disgust me. You're goddamn right, I said it. If you do just one of the things I was sworn to secrecy to, you would buckle under the goddamn pressure. Like what? How about this? I have here in my hand the cure
I'll
for
see you later.
AIDS.
Enjoy yourself. Have a great
We've had
sleep.
this for 25
Rest.
years. Have a great weekend. And I shot
He grabbed
Are you
that
crazy
quick.
yet? Well, I have someone I'd like you to meet. Come on up here, Paula. America, I'd like you to meet my good friend Paula. And here's Paula again. And here's Paula one more time. We combed these three in the laboratory in Seattle some 13 odd years ago. Not only that, we added a pinch of black genes so that they could do things like this. Hit it, girls.
Running through the raindrops, wishing that you would stop.
That'll be enough. Thank you very much. All right, baby. Oh, hold on, Paul. Killed for AIDS. Sorry about last night. Freaked out yet? Have I blown your mind, or you think you can still handle my job? Because if you're cocky and you think that you got hold of this, I got some more information for you. Would you like to know who killed Kennedy?
Yes.
Ready for the truth, America? Here it comes. Oswald killed Kennedy. That's right. Lee Harvey Oswald killed John F. Kennedy alone and by himself with a magic bullet. That's right. The bullet was actually magical. Magic does exist. We've known about this for some 2,000 years. Not finished yet. I have some more information that might startle you. The R. Kelly sex tape. That wasn't R. Kelly. It was me. That's right. I urinate on people when I have sex with them. I'm a disgusting human being, and I apologize to the people who I've hurt and peed on.
Chappelle Show. There it goes. Oh, here it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you now Black Bush.
President Bush continues to make his case for an invasion of Iraq.
After carefully examining the region,
Dude, nigga trying to kill my Paul.
That area is definitely right for regime change. All right? But if I can be real about it, be real, son. Real, be real, son. Try to kill my father, man. What? You play that. Say where you try to kill your father, son. That nigga trying to kill my father!
No, we come to see y'all, son.
Meanwhile, President Bush and British Prime Minister Tony Blair offered a spirited explanation for a possible war with Iraq.
This nigga very possibly has weapons of mass destruction. I can't sleep on that. Not on my watch. That's not how I roll. That is serious. Now, if you don't want to take my word for it, why don't you ask Tony Blair? He got a whole nother set of intelligence. What's up, Tony?
We don't know much about the subject. And we cannot trust random niggas with things like that. As George so eloquently put it down, I'm with him 100% of the way. We don't know what he has.
If the United States goes to war with Iraq, will it first have to provide evidence that Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction? So far, the UN has found nothing, but President Bush counters with this.
The nigga bought aluminum too.
You can do
I didn't tell you what you can do with an aluminum tube. Aluminum! They don't skate? Fine. I didn't want to say this.
They got yellow cake.
I bought some yellow cake. Okay? In Africa. He went to Africa and he bought yellow cake.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I got it right here.
You sure? Oh, you sure? I can't believe it. Ridiculous. Me and Jib just coming back from Africa.
Cradle them.
Celebrate. This nigga out here buying yellow cake from the motherland.
Are you sure it was yellow cake?
Y'all niggas don't believe me. I got some yellow cake right here. Look, see, believe it? Y'all drop that. No, I know what I know.
Yeah, hold on, Deputy. Pray to God you don't drop it.
Yellow cake.
Right.
A sensitive accusation for this administration is the theory held by many that the real reason the U.S. is so interested in toppling Saddam is control of the oil that Iraq is sitting on.
Oh.
What about people who say you're only interested in the Middle East for oil?
What the fuck? Say anything about some oil?
Oh, boy. Who said something about, oh, bitch, you cooking?
UN Secretary General Kofi Annan made it clear the U.S. will act even if the UN is reluctant.
UN, you have a problem with that? You know what you should do?
Sanction
You should sanction me. Sanction me with your army. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have an army.
I think you should shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I would shut the
That's so funny.
You might speak 16 languages, but you're going to need them when you in Times Square selling fake hats. I don't go to what I see. They got rich. I got a coalition of the willing. I got 40 nations ready to roll, son. Like who? Saying that Trump? Like who? England? Mars sending PlayStations. Sangonia said they were willing to drop bombs over Baghdad. Randy Rao is coming. Africa Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation. I'm not doing this by myself, and I'm not disrespecting the UN, even though they don't got no army. Go sell some medicine, bitches. Trying to get that all.
That would make so much
The
sense.
U.S. fired the opening salvo in the war on Iraq with at least 40 Tomahawk cruise missiles and
That would
precision-guided
make so
bombs
much sense.
centering on Baghdad.
Back sophomore year, I ain't understand what that was.
Good evening. Tonight, President George Bush is on board the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln off the California coast. It will be the site of what is essentially his victory speech in the war against Iraq.
What did I say? I'm not gloating, but what did I say? Did I not say that we were winning? We rocked them, fam. We rocked them. Nigga, you see me coming on that plane?
For the second straight day, these hardline Iraqis protested the American presence here.
Mr. President, when do you think they'll hold general elections in Iraq?
Damn, I know I shouldn't have called on this nigga. I shouldn't have called on you because you always trying to distract them with things like the war and stir all the real issues. Gay people are getting married, folks. Yes. Nasty. Imagine that. Two women touching on each other's titty balls, wrestling, gently stroking those nipples till they get just so stiff and erect, blowing on. Beautiful. Then barbecue.
I like you
too, dog. Let's get married, man. It's crazy.
What about your ring?
That is gross.
Mr. President, sir, how do you explain the continual upheaval in Iraq even after the capture of Saddam Hussein?
Why are you doing this, man? I thought you was my black brother. Why you asking me questions like that? Fine, I'll ask you a stupid ass question. Here's how I feel about Iraq. I feel like you guys keep trying to distract people with Iraq when I'm focusing on other things, namely the moon. Yes, I said it. The moon.
Rocks.
Can't be distracted. What's going on with the war? What's wrong with the economy? Stop worrying about that.
Did look
I
young
got
as
that under
hell.
control. Let's focus on space, nigga. The United States of space. Because I ain't stopping at the moon. Write this down. M-A-R-S. Mars, bitches. That's where we are going. Mars. Red rocks. Yay, yay.
04, bring me back.
Welcome back, everybody,
All right, I'm
to another
smoking this
shocking prison reality check episode of Lockdown 23 and Y.
Ooh, this feels good.
What's going on, y'all?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And
Appreciate it,
welcome
thank
back to the Real Rap Show. And this is
Mars,
episode
bitches.
73 of the Real Rap Show. The most dangerous man in Harlem. The story of Red Dillard Morrison. Now, before we get this episode started, I want to say thank you to everybody that has been tuning into the Real Rap Show since day one. Everyone in the comments, and also everyone that gives me great feedback about the show. Follow me on Instagram at Dre with the camera. And
damn, did it again.
The Real Rap Show, and get to hit that notification bell so y'all can stay notified whenever I drop a new episode of the Real Rap Show. Now let's get this started. Dillard Morrison was born in Alabama in 1919. In public school, Dillard stayed in trouble. He didn't like bullies. And when he would see other students getting taken advantage of, he would step in and challenge the bullies to a fight. Dillard would do the bullies dirty and send a message to all the tough kids in school. After beating up all the so-called bullies, Dillard became famous, and all the kids in school admired him for protecting them. The teachers didn't like bullies, but even they was kind of proud
spending
that Dillard
5
had stopped
cents
the
on
bullying.
something.
When Dillard turned 18 in 1937, he was living with family. Dillard's mother had left Alabama a few years before to live in New York. Now, at this time, Dillard was in South Carolina. He got the nickname Red when he once tried to straighten his hair and it turned red. Around this time in the South, a lot of young men had perms in their hair, or back then, the hairstyle was called processed. In 1937, Dillard moved to Harlem, New York to live with his mother. Now, when Dillard arrived in Harlem, automatically, he seen how real shit was. Harlem was action-packed. The blocks and corners were busy with young dudes and older men, and everybody was hustling something. Dillard had to rely on doing odd jobs around the neighborhood to make money and to help his mother. Once Dillard learned the neighborhood, he met other young guys that was into shooting dice and hanging around bars and gambling spots. That was very popular around that time. Also, the 1930s in Harlem was a place for rising poets, jazz musicians, singers, and actors. You had writers like Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston. You had musicians like Duke Ellington and Bessie Smith. There were also activists like A. Philip Randolph and Marcus Garvey. Everybody liked Dillard, and they respected him and knew he would stand up to anyone. But Dillard wanted to get money. He wanted to get it the same way everybody else was getting it, and that was by any means. So he began robbing crap games. There were dudes that were number runners, and Dillard knew all about the number runners. He knew at a certain time of the day, they would have a lot of money on them. So he started robbing and beating up all the number runners in the neighborhood. The word got around town real fast that Dillard was out there robbing and beating up all the number runners.
Back then,
niggas was
no cell phones,
nobody wanted static with him.
cameras at all.
Shop callers began to hear Dillard's name in the street and wanted someone like him on their team. Dillard wanted to step his game up in the streets of Harlem and pulled off a heist at a Woolworth store, but only got away with a few dollars. He was so upset, he turned around and robbed the check cashing place right after and got away. One day, one of the number runners that Dillard robbed a while back was with another dude that had a gun, and they were walking around hoping to run into Dillard. After a while of walking around, the two spotted Dillard and ran up on him and jumped on him. The dude with the gun shot Dillard in the leg to get Dillard off the number runner. The two dudes were so scared of Dillard, they ran, and Dillard chased the two dudes all the way back to their getaway car, but the dudes escaped. Now, two of the biggest shot callers in Harlem was trying to get in touch with Dillard. There was a woman named May who had crews of shoplifters boosted from all the stores in New York City. She wanted Dillard down with her. And then there was Joe Richards, known as Big Joe, and he was the boss of the Seaboard Negro Rackets. He also wanted Dillard to be down with him as well. There was a popular bar on 7th Avenue in Harlem where all the hustlers and bosses hung out at, and Dillard could always be found there. Big Joe saw Dillard come inside the bar one night, and he asked Dillard to be his right-hand man. Dillard knew how powerful Big Joe was, so he took the offer. Big Joe then handed Dillard some money as an advance. Everything was going good. Like that. Red was making money now, and now that he was Big Joe's muscle, people in Harlem feared him even more. He had a reputation for beating dudes up real bad, and on April 29th in 1940, he was arrested for third-degree assault. But Red had beat the dude up so bad that the dude refused to testify, and the charge against Red was dropped and he was released. Red was arrested again in May of 1940 and in June of 1940 on third-degree assault charges. Both of these charges were thrown out again, and Red was let go after the victims once again refused to testify. Now, during Red's time being at that bar on 7th Avenue, he became friends with people like Count Basie, Miles Davis, Billy Eckstein, and Sarah Vaughan, to name a few. Now, I forgot to mention that in 1938, Red met a girl named Kathleen. The same year, he proposed to her at the Savoy Ballroom that was located at 596 Lenox Avenue between 140th and 141st Street in Harlem. Now, the Savoy was all about dancing. They had a no discrimination policy, so as long as you could dance, you were good at the Savoy. It was a real popular place back then. Clark Gable would often be found there. Also, in 1946, Dizzy Gillespie played there. You got any good memories about the Savoy? Any good stories? Let me know in the comments. Now, back to both look a little smooth. In 1941, Red and Kathleen had a child and named him Dillard Morrison Jr. Around this time, Red was catching a lot of cases for assault, and Big Joe didn't want that kind of heat. So Red and Big Joe stopped doing business in around 1946 or 1947. Also, around this time, a lot of dudes started switching over to the dope game. But while he was working for Big Joe, Red had met a lot of connected people. He had met guys that worked for the boss of the Genovese crime family, and that guy was mobster Lucky Luciano, who was now the biggest name in the dope game. Lucky was getting his dope from Turkey, and it was the best product you could get your hands on. Red got back in touch with the guys from the Genovese crime family.
I want to know how that happened.
Directly in contact with Lucky Luciano. Red started buying bricks and having the bricks broken down and sold in the streets.
How did
of
you
Harlem,
know that
the
they
Bronx,
the only
and
place with the
That's
best?
when the real money started coming in. And the women started flocking around Red to a degree. Red started pimping the women, making even more money. He started throwing lavish parties to celebrate his success. The biggest names in Harlem would attend Red's parties. Then the newspaper started doing stories on Red Dillon for his luxurious parties and all of his criminal activities. Now, the amount of times that Red had run-ins with the police is ridiculous. On October 6, 1943, Red was arrested for armed robbery. That case was dismissed. On July 24, 1944, he served 6 months in jail in North Bergen, New Jersey for possession of narcotics. On July 22, 1945, he was arrested for assault. That case was dismissed. On March 31st, 1946, Red had to pay a fine for shooting dice. On October 5th, 1946, Red was arrested for driving with a revoked license and had to pay a
That's my
fine. He was
grandfather.
26 years old. On April 29th, 1946, Red was arrested for assault. That case was dismissed. On November 18th, 1946, Red was arrested for gambling and had to pay a $100 fine. On January 18th,
$100 back then? That's probably
Red was
like
arrested for grand larceny. That case was dismissed.
$3,000.
On April 11th, 1947, Red was arrested for pimping, and that case was dismissed. On December 3rd, 1947, he was arrested and given 20 days in jail for reckless driving. On December 21st, 1946, he was arrested again and released on bail.
How you get caught driving crazy back then? Look at this.
Red went to Shep's Bar and Grill on 146th
There's no
Street
control.
and let off shots through the door and shot the windows out the spot. The people inside told the police that Red did it. He was arrested for that, but released. Now, Red was still moving a lot of dope. There was a lot of
Red
people
was
that
out
were
here
selling for
doing
Red.
his
Some of the
thing.
women that was working for him was also selling his dope to their clients. And what was scary about that was the women were basically selling
Appreciate
to
it.
anybody that they slept with, not knowing if they were undercover cops or not. But these women was real loyal to Red. One time he got arrested for pimping, and when he went before the judge, the case got dismissed. So when Red turned to exit the courtroom, 15 women that were sitting in the audience all got up at the same time and walked out with him. The court could not believe what they were seeing. Red had another case. He was
Red
riding with
was
a
that
dude named Lewis Taylor and Bumpy Johnson, where somebody got stabbed. Red ended up being held on $2,500 bail. Red had one of his women posted bail, and he was released. Now, like I said before, a lot of dudes was moving into the dope game in Harlem. There was another dude that I just mentioned that was kind of doing the same shit as Red, and that person was Harlem's Bumpy Johnson. Bumpy Johnson's record was just as wild as Red's was, and just like Red, Bumpy got his start working as an enforcer. He was an enforcer for Madam Stephanie St. Clair. She was a number running queen in Harlem. Check out the story I did on Stephanie St. Clair on my series, Infamous Women. But Bumpy Johnson was also one of the major players in Harlem that was now getting involved with the dope game. And he was violent just like Red was, and Bumpy Johnson stayed in trouble with the police. So I can see how Bumpy and Red ended up being co-defendants in a case when somebody got seriously hurt. The police couldn't get any real charges to stick to Red. They knew he had a major drug operation in Harlem, so they hired a special agent to go undercover and work the blocks to find out about Red's drug operation. And it wasn't long before they got lucky, because the people in Harlem simply spoke too much. Not to the cops, but on the street. There were people openly talking about who was doing what. On May 4th, 1950, feds arrested Red and 2 other people on possession and sale of narcotic charges. The feds saw Red deliver a half an ounce to a dude named Gator, and during the transaction, Red, Gator, and the white lady was arrested. Red was sentenced to 5 years in prison. In 1955, he was released. He came home paralyzed after a fight in jail. While Red was in prison, Sarah Vaughn came to Otisville and performed for Red. Now, I'm not sure what went down in prison that paralyzed Red. He was always known as a good fighter. So if anybody out there got more info on how it happened and who did it, tear the comment section up. A few days after Red came home, 2 guys from the Genovese crime family came to Red's house in Harlem and gave him the keys to a 1955 Cadillac Eldorado for not snitching on Lucky Luciano. Red told the men he didn't need the car because they didn't know he was paralyzed until they got there. But instead, Red told them he wanted to open up a dry cleaners. So they took the car back and gave Red some money. A few months later, Red's wife Kathleen died from an allergic reaction to a penicillin shot she had gotten. After Kathleen died, Red began drinking a lot and going to clubs like Birdland. There was another club called Shallow Bar that Red would go to and sit at the bar for hours, getting wasted. In 1957 or 1958, Red opened up his own nightclub called Red's After Hour Spot on 146th Street. Now, I couldn't find any photos of Red's After Hour Spot, but get in the comments and let me know, when did Red's After Hour Spot close down and why? And also, what is it now? While Red owned the club, on top of him being an alcoholic, he got addicted to that powder. And Red ended up setting up a drug deal with a federal agent and got busted. This time, they sent Red to prison for 10 years. And again, Red would get visits from Billy Eckstein, Sarah Vaughn, and more. Red was released in 1974. He was 59 years old and decided he was done with Harlem and moved to LA. Red began selling drugs again to make money. He started dating a woman who was on drugs, but it wasn't long before their relationship went sour because she ended up calling the police on Red, telling them he was a drug dealer and even told them where to find the drugs. It was 1979, and yep, Red was arrested again and sent back to prison on drug charges. In 1989, Billy Red Morrison died in prison from bladder cancer. He was 70 years old. Now hit the like button because
made
when
the
you hear
70
stories like
though.
this, it makes you wonder why none of these kind of people took some of that money they were making and invested it into something that we
They
still
didn't
see
know
today.
better.
A lot of big companies were started in the times of Red Dillon and many more. Some of the big companies and brands we see today were built on illegal activities. So I need y'all to answer this. Name one African American person from Red's era or after that took street money and built it into a brand that we still see today. People like Stephanie St. Clair, Bumpy Johnson, Big Joe, the shoplifting godmother May, and I'm pretty sure there's a list of other street famous people that were rich off illegal activities that we never heard about. And when these people died, some of them left large amounts of cash behind. What happened to that money? Are there any legends that you think need this story told on The Real Rap Show? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. It's your man, Supreme, and you were just tuned into another episode of The Real Rap Show. And this was episode 73 of The Real Rap Show. The feds called him the most dangerous man in Harlem. The story of Red Dillon Morrison. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so y'all can stay notified whenever I drop a new episode of The Real Rap Show. Now y'all stay safe out there. Real Rap.
What up? It's your friendly neighborhood indie rapper, Open Mike Eagle, back again. And speaking of which, buy vinyl, buy music directly from rappers when you can, because the streaming services, as I'll remind you, don't care if we live or die. I have 100,000 people who listen to me every month on Spotify, and Spotify has decided that number is not worth a living wage. So there's a link down below.
Let's get this smacking.
Bad Bunny had an excellent match with Damian Priest in Puerto Rico. Actually, Big Ass Bronson had a great match with the Jericho Appreciation Society. And I had a match too, just in case you didn't know. I had a match in Ohio Valley Wrestling that was put together by Al Snow, and Mick Foley was in it, and Jim Cornette was involved in it. It's a whole big old thing. If you join my Patreon, you can watch it. They're free. But I say all that to say there are a lot of very responsible and capable rappers who respect the wrestling business who will not do what Travis Scott just did, which is get into the ring and injure the WWE World Champion without being told to. Because nobody told him to do that. Also, shout out to Esoteric.
I was like, what is this man doing?
Who are also rappers who respect the wrestling business and would not injure the WWE World Champion with nobody telling them to. The big news out of this weekend for wrestling fans was that John Cena, good guy John Cena, and The Rock, they turned on Cody Rhodes and beat the piss out of him. And I guess because
we knew that was
viral,
we
decided to have Travis Scott with The Rock and John Cena for no reason, without explaining anything. This guy is a very popular rapper. This I do understand. But being a popular rapper, one of the things that he can do very well is talk for a living. So why they would send him out there in front of that big crowd to do weird stuff and not say anything kind of doesn't make that much sense to me. And not only does he come out there with The Rock without a microphone, he comes down to the ring in front of 20,000 or 40,000, however many, it was a lot of thousands of people. He came burning sage. Which is probably one of the weirder things you can choose to burn in a wrestling ring, especially in front of very regular white folks. Okay, because this is the thing, right? When regular white folks see you with something on fire that's sort of like cylindrical shaped like that, they're gonna assume it's weed. They're gonna be like, oh, look at this rapper reinforcing stereotypes, smoking controlled substances indoors when my children are here. And then somebody like me, but hey, that's actually not weed. It's sage. Well, what is sage? Sage is like this plant you burn to eradicate spirits. Look, I don't actually know what it is, but I know that it's not weed. It's like superstition weed that you don't smoke. So he's out there burning superstitious uninhaled weed. And for the people who don't have somebody next to them to explain that it's not weed, it looks like it's weed that he's just like waving all over himself and not inhaling. It's a very strange look. You just got to know that if you go out there in front of the regular, non-crunchy white folks and you're burning the sage, you're going to look like you just smoked the Chris Tucker dust blunt from Friday movie, okay? You're going to look like you're tweaking out. But since they didn't give him a vocal amplification device, he didn't explain any of what he was doing. So everyone was either confused or disgusted. So they've been building the storyline for months, okay? Now this is going to sound ridiculous, but just follow me here, okay? The Rock had been trying to get Cody Rhodes to sell his soul. But the important part is that Travis Scott has not been involved in any of this. So Saturday, Rock comes down to the ring dressed like late stage Elvis, which is already, that should have been red flag. But he had Travis Scott with him because go viral. And they have this great moment where Rock says, hey, Cody, I'm here. You gonna sell your soul? And Cody says, you would that fucking face. It was a really, really cool moment. And the entire time this is happening, Travis Scott is in the corner waving sage around himself. But then John Cena is very excited. He's in the ring too because he was in the last match. All of this is very complicated. John Cena is very excited because Cody Rhodes just told Rock to go himself, and he's jumping around. He's all excited. So then he hugs Cody Rhodes, and then he gives Rock a look. And then he goes. And then he kicks Cody Rhodes in the testicles. Jonathan Cena is now a bad guy. And Jonathan Cena and The Rock, they start beating Cody Rhodes with hands and watches and belts, but they're not injuring him. because they're doing professional wrestling, which is pretend violence, where you get very good at pretending to violence people and then them not actually being hurt. So then it looked like it was Travis Scott's turn to participate in the violence, but then he did a real violence. He slapped Cody like a dog in the ear and busted his eardrum. That's not how you do
No, he didn't.
That's how little kids do professional wrestling. Like me and my cousin were playing karate fight outside because we had just got through watching The Last Dragon, and he pushed me down, but he didn't know that there was glass on the ground because he lived in a Black American ghetto, and I got cut in my butt cheek and had to go to the hospital. This was like that. But
I
it was on
wouldn't have said
television.
all that.
This is on the WWE too. Y'all got to stop slobbering every celebrity who likes to take their shirt off and has 1 million followers on whatnot. Okay, it's not worth it. At least if you're gonna have a maniac out there, give him clear instructions and consequences. Y'all had him on TV a couple of months ago. He was literally out in the crowd at Raw smoking a blunt by somebody's toddler. That kid's gonna be high for the rest of their life.
Really?
Now y'all got him slapping the WWE World Champion in the ear and busting his eardrum, and y'all are like, "Oh, it went viral, cool." That's not cool. I feel like the next time Travis Scott is in a WWE ring, he's gonna burn the rock with a crack pipe. He's gonna spit in Cody's mouth. He's gonna
Pleasure to meet you. You have a great
down Cody Rhodes' leg,
rest of
and
your
then the
night.
WWE is gonna be happy about it because it went viral. I have one big question for Travis Scott. Okay, and that question is, you know it's not real.
It's all good.
You know it's not real. Maybe
You had to go.
we should
Okay,
explain this to
okay.
you, but maybe once you understand that it's not real, you
all
won't
good.
want to do it anymore, which will be good because then the professionals can just do it because they're good at it, and then people don't get hurt when they're not supposed to, and it doesn't put the entire show in jeopardy. Travis, I hate to tell you this like this, but wrestling is not real. It's a pretend sport. Every wrestler you ever loved was lying to you. None of it.
Yeah, I
is
noticed
true, but I'll make
that.
it up to you.
Welcome
Santa
back.
Claus is real. Now, the drawback to that, the bad part for you is that you are now firmly on the bad kids list because you just pushed your cousin down on a piece of glass and his butt cheek got cut and he had to go to the hospital. So you have to work really good. You have to be really good. You have to work really hard for the rest of the year to get back on the good list, but you can do it. I believe in you. Like and subscribe, homie, friend. It's free.
In this video, we're heading down to Mississippi to catch some gigantic hogs in remote control live traps. But lucky for us, we're teaming up with my Uncle David, aka Yup Yup, the #1 hog trapper in all of Mississippi. He's been trapping hogs as long as hog traps have existed. But let's not waste any time. Let's get right in there with him and learn about how these hog traps work. The live trap is essentially a round hog pen, which is lifted off the ground and held there with a trigger. Just outside the live trap, we're going to have a camera, which is going to be live streaming to our phone, so we can see everything that's in the trap whenever we want. Also connected to a phone is the remote control ability to release the pen whenever we want, whenever we decide it's time, leaving Yup Yup full control over when the trap drops and how many pigs are inside when he does so.
Yeah, I'm not trying to brag, but you are with the #1 known hog trap in the state of Mississippi, just so you know. So I'm nervous. Oh, we got hogs coming to the spot. We also got a lot of raccoons. My channel, y'all is known for the Mississippi mud when it comes to hog trapping. We got a big storm last night, and you showed it today. So it's perfect.
Yeah, perfect. And to make sure the pigs come into the trap and go right in the center where we want them to, we bait it up with one pig's favorite food. We ended up setting 2 traps, one for sounder #1 and another for sounder #2. If you don't know, sounder is just another word for group of pigs. But then we moved on to Hogzilla. Hogzilla is a giant hog who's been rooting up this old man's yard. And with him being alone and potentially being trap smart, we opted away from a live trap and instead started planting a thermal spot install, which will be taking place just a few hours after the sun goes down. All right, give us an update. What is happening?
All right, so on the big muddy trap, we got some chokes and a sound in there. They're eating right now, but we have more that's going to come in the spot. So we just got to decide if we want to wait or if we want to catch them.
So this is pretty much the screen that you're looking at whenever you decide.
That's right, it's live right now. We're watching live, and if we decide to catch them, we try to drop, or we can wait on.
Which button drops it and what does what?
So we'll hit here, and then it'll come up, you confirm it, and we'll confirm it, and then it would drop.
And then we got.
Then we would have it.
At this particular spot, the way you scouted, you know there's more and bigger that we're waiting on?
Yeah, I know there's a really big hog, and I know that he may come in with this group, and we can catch him on this. So that's what we're watching right now. Could happen a little later tonight. We're just keeping an eye on it.
All right, guys, what we just saw, the pigs are already showing up at the trap, but we're not going to be setting it off just yet. But in the meantime, we're going to be pulling out the thermal to do a spot stock on Hogzilla. We got night vision, we got thermal, and then we have the gun, Mr. Storm.
That's what they do with Secret Service. That man got him right there, buddy.
Gonna get it done. Yeah, this should be capable.
I think so. What we've seen today, I think, when I showed him today, I think we're still getting these hogs get shot on hopefully the big one or two.
As we were heading down to Hogzilla, our phone sent us a notification that the pigs are still there, but this time there's even a few more.
Now we saw like 4 earlier, and now we're getting to 5 and 6. They kind of bully each other, kind of spread out. One wants to come in and eat, and then they can't do the other push around.
Once we arrived, I took a look around with the thermal. Didn't see the big hog yet, but I did see a couple raccoons. So for now, we're just going to head back to the truck, watch the truck camera, and just wait until we know for sure that this big hog is rooting in the yard.
When you see this hog, you can see, of course, you can see the back on it, and then you can see the snout. And you can see how the front of the snout flares out. That's when those upper cutters pushing that lip out. When you can see that on the hog, you gotta realize they're standing and you ever have deep water, mud.
So the big boar hog make it hard to track because they run everything out?
Yeah, they want to eat and they don't want to share. Here's the live thing camera here of what we're trying to trap in.
A lot of raccoons and some deer. That's a lot of raccoons.
Damn. I didn't know there was that many in the world.
But imagine you had to top off this trap, lower this down about 2 foot, and they go in there and you catch them. Yeah. You talk about barbecues. Oh, they love it on Super Bowl Sunday. All right, so we got a bunch of small hogs coming in right here, and he's hanging out with the big one. Calm down. I think with 7 hogs, 7 out of 9, but he's not letting any of the other ones eat. We potentially may just drop on this hog. He's big. He's a big hog. Just give me a few seconds. Minutes, let me think about it. We'll let him get more. So they're still close to the edge right there. We don't want that close to the edge.
So when you're thinking about dropping that son, do you want there to be like no witnesses?
I would prefer no witnesses. I would prefer them not be brought up against the cage. That way you don't have to worry about
Right, I bet you that's
So I prefer them to be, fairly ways that it not spook you.
Because if one's just outside and he watches the whole track drop,
He takes that as a danger spot for feed, so there's going to be feed there anymore.
So after patiently waiting, Hogzilla finally showed up in the yard.
All right, so just pulled him up. He just pulled up. 8:36 p.m. 8:37 now. Hog's standing there in the field.
Right where he's expecting her.
Right where he's at. So what we're trying to do is get out the truck right now and see if we can slip down by this building. He's out north in our face here. See if we can put a pop shot on his forehead.
All right, who's shooting?
You shoot? I think so. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
I bet you that is so much fun.
One thing to know about hogs is that they actually have very poor eyesight, especially at nighttime, which makes stalking up to them really easy, especially if the wind direction is in your favor. When shooting a hog, although you could aim for the heart or lungs, most hunters aim for the brain or the spinal cord, which instantly kills the pig and drops him straight to the ground. And the aim point to hit these areas is right through the ear or just barely behind.
Gone. Paralyzed it.
I think you got it. He did not move a muscle. What just happened?
Dude, we just smoked it like 65 yards. This hog been feeding right here in the yard from the farm. And we just now let it get to it. And yeah, if you can, we come in here and wait for the pickup truck, watch the hog in the ground. This dude shows up in front of the counter, sit down here, around the old barn, down the belly, smoking.
That thing.
One shot, one kill.
The raccoons didn't even know what was going on.
Didn't even know. I just kept on his tail. I said, please don't mess up the front camera.
They were.
All right, we'll check, make sure he's down. We got the can on here. We got the lights on it. We'll be able to see him real good here shortly. I was over trying to figure out the safety and all that. Please don't mess up.
You think that's a big one?
He's big. Is he? He's big. He's big. Look at that right there. Go ahead, dude.
No, you got it. Do whatever you're going to do.
Oh, man.
I think he's pretty big, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
Clovers, good cutters. Big old snot.
Here he is compared to my croc, so.
The KG stuff.
His head is pretty big. If a hog like this charged you, could he do some damage to you, I guess?
Yes, if he was charge you, those cutters are heavy cut before you could do anything. They're just heavy cut. Gas open pretty bad. Normally in the wild, they'll just kind of go away, but you never know. You know what I'm saying? It's a wild animal. So he don't like to be scared of nothing, David.
And what is your guess on how much this bad boy weighs?
I'm gonna go 254. I'm not gonna be like this.
254.
Mine may be big, and I hate calling a big hog in the wild. But I'm gonna say 254.
I'm definitely getting the hell out of that. I might stay and smoke another one. That's a whole lot of food right there, boy.
All right, we'll see you up there. Got donut on the truck.
All right, gun got it done. You got it done. Now we're taking him home.
That's
This
a
big will
whole
not be
lot
damaged in
of
this yard
food
anymore.
right there.
Hopefully, like I said, with the show, with the y'all show, rain comes, I'll go back. We're running the truck. Oh, son. Look at that. That's one trap we're waiting on hogs come to. It's kind of freezing up a little bit because of the weather. I honestly didn't know we were supposed to get this. Let's see what this other trap doing. All right, we're going to go with this.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, we're good. That's my friend, boy.
Okay. We're going to drop it on him? You think it's time?
I think it's time.
2 big pigs?
Yeah.
Maybe you're ready.
Oh, get him. We got them. They rubbing noses. Don't matter how many we got the big one. We've had a big one in the back, big one in the trap.
And now, as long as those bad boys don't figure out a way to get out by the morning, they should be there.
It's over with.
Do you think that big hog is bigger than the one we got tonight?
I feel like he's competing with that one for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. So it looks like we got
That's a big
two
joker.
big pigs and 3 or 4 shoals. That's 6 pigs. You know what? Wait, look at that. But I think he got that one right there. Yeah. So he got trampled by one of those other ones. He's knocked out. Yep. He got hit by one of those others. I go back and look at it, but he got hit and he's knocked out. He's probably dead right there. He's done. Yeah.
We'll roll the instant replay, but as soon as you dropped it, when they ran into the side, the whole cage moved.
Yeah. It just boom.
There we go. One dead hog in the back.
Only one show in the morning.
I would say that's pretty good. Pretty
I
good.
miss a good rain like
Pretty
that.
good. Something better than rain. We'll be in the shower when we get home.
Look at that thing.
It's that morning. We're here early, but we're not going to give that big dude too much time.
Yeah, we don't want to give him too much time to think about it. He's been in the trap, what? 10 hours, about 7 hours,
Yeah.
8 hours. So we don't give him too much time. He gets tired of being in there. Come daylight comes, they start getting jittery. They want to go back to the shade and all that. So we're gonna give them that. So what we do is we pull them up there and when you up there, do a little round and pull them and like out and they all does that like you want to come with some okay.
And although we just caught an entire sounder, on our way to the trap, we spotted an entirely different group of hawks, which just goes to show how dense these pigs really are in this area.
And bring the big guys for about 20. I mean, every single time.
How did you get all that? Who came and put that together? Oh shoot.
Just go ahead.
Now we be slow.
Two big ones. Because those two actually pose a threat to jumping and climbing around. All right.
Who knock me in the head? Well, yeah, knock the thing about this right here, son.
Yeah.
You just gotta hold it. It knows what to do. It knows what to do.
Like shooting fish in education.
People always say, like shooting fish in a barrel. I'm like, depends on how deep the water is. You can't see it yet. There's all the mud. This dude's got giant cutters. He's a man. He's not a big body. He's not big like the one we killed last night. That dude has got cutters. All right, let's get the rest knocked out real quick.
All right.
That boy working.
You don't want to get that stuff on you, Cruz. It gets on your skin and makes your hair fall out. What kind, Cruz? Slip and slide. One, two, three.
Oh my.
Who said, oh my?
Guys, we don't have to show you here. And when we get this cleaned off, we'll show you the T-bone too.
Hawkzilla and sounder number 1 have officially been eliminated, but our job's not over. We still have sounder number 2, which is still on our list. But for now, let's go hang up these two giant hogs, see how much they weigh.
Yeah.
Stiff.
Too high.
What is that? Uh-oh.
Woo!
Yeah, like I said.
You thought it was
300!
That's what I said.
Like I said.
That what you said? You so smart. You just like your mama. You so smart.
It's 3 a.m. and finally the second sounder of hogs finally shows up to the trap. But now, we've still got to make sure that they're all in the trap.
That's a big jugger.
You see, if a pig is just barely inside the trap, he can actually escape before the trap fully falls, meaning we have to be patient and wait for all the pigs to be inside the trap enough to where they can't escape as it drops.
That's crazy. There's so many of them. I mean,
But after patiently waiting, they finally moved into the middle.
they know something going on, but they just.
All right, guys, last night we had a pretty successful draw. I wouldn't wait for it. You actually had to get up at 3 a.m. just to set off the trap. And as cool as these traps are to set off on your phone, that is one thing about them, and that's that you actually have to set them off on your phone. Whether that's 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock,
Yeah, those
3
are
o'clock,
hard.
you at least got to be awake for it. But regardless, the good news, we got the pigs.
It's a show.
We're getting some gas, and we're head on down there. It's pigs out,
show
we'll take care of. Yeah, that's the group we were after. And we got
I love hunting.
All right, we're solid. Was it 8?
I love watching.
yes, 4 big ones, 4 small ones.
That's it. That's what we wanted. We want that. I want at least 6. That's 80. We call it this piece of property since first of the year. 80 pigs. I got 3 piece of property. Last year I did 154. You're 40 to 137. A lot of hogs. You come here. That's how you manage them. Getting sounders like that all at once. Trying to end the property.
All right, now we're gonna put some bullets in 22 and knock them in the head. Click over here to see us do some more hog hunting. This truck, and even a helicopter. Or right here for hunting down nuisance alligators, which has become a serious problem.
Howdy, y'all. They got so much for watching. Make sure you go to KG Outdoors.
Oh, I definitely liked it.
Oil in our pan because we're going to be frying this stuff. Hopefully. And while that's heating up, we're going to be using some of this. I got this in fan mail about 3 years ago. But today is the day. It's expired. But today is still that day. Now the rest of the recipe is super simple. It's pretty much just bread up your alligator, really good with whatever kind of breading you want to use. Then put it in the pan, fry it up, and after a little bit of cooking, boom, you're done.
What?
Enjoy your new favorite recipe. See you later. Goodbye. Taking a closer look, on the inside, it honestly looks pretty good. I'm on the truth, my secret recipe. World famous.
That's why I miss Florida. Alligator bites. Oh,
I expected it to taste like a snapping turtle, maybe even iguana, but in reality, it literally tastes just like chicken. I can't tell the difference. We're here to see us take out some invasive rats in Louisiana, or over here for America's most destructive.
I thought we were actually gonna go see him actually do some. What in the world? You know I gotta watch this.
Made. Okay, this is the trap that we caught the little boar in last week. I say little, it might have been 130, 140 pound boar. We're going to cook that boar here maybe this weekend. Let's go set this trap. Looks like there's a little sign here too. I think that's a perfect little setup. It didn't take a whole bunch of corn. We're going to put a little bit outside the door, give them a little teaser. Once they taste that corn with the molasses, they're going to want to come in. If they're hungry, they can't eat 2 or 3 bites and quit. So they're going to come in. Looks promising. That's 6 perfect eating size pigs.
Y'all out of here. You gotta smoke yourself off.
We're going to go ahead and shoot with this 22. That's all you need. Shoot between the eyes. They die instantly. I'm not going to show the shooting. I know some people get mad. I don't show the shooting. I mean, they in a trap. They can't go nowhere. Yes, if it was in the open or stand, I would show the shooting. But since you're showing this, it has to be done. You can't eat them unless you kill them. So I'll be right back. Six perfect size pigs. I think I'm gonna feed the whole shop with this. Have some left. I'll feed 100 people right there. No more.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, guys, we got 2 left. I didn't have to clean all 6. I had a friend show up. Look here, buddy, someone gets it. You know, Louisiana, you showed up, you didn't have 2 weeks to bring home. Working on the 2nd one. I'm on my 4th one right here. A lot of heat, none winter weights. Clean and cook and give away everything we catch. We still have 5 traps left to check. We only checked 2 today. We're probably going to clean these pigs, go check some more. We're probably going to hit on these pigs in North Louisiana. They just take it over now. You can't kill them all. Back, all legs, ribs, and 2 front legs. You have a bunch of meat. It's only 1 pig.
Right.
Pig number 2.
That's probably so good though.
Last one. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut up the 4 pigs that I caught. We're gonna feed the shop. Let's get going.
I'm hungry.
Okay, here's some of the cuts of meat. These are pork chops. Pork chops right here. Some little shoulder steaks. Cut shoulder steaks. This is all ribs. This is just some of the round steaks. Round steaks and some debone, a bit more round steaks. I mean, look at the meat right here. I think we're gonna have enough.
Bruh.
Another can in here. We're gonna put some vinegar. Put some Cajun powder. Some water to this. Now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the meat and just dredge it through the seasoning. It's quick. You don't have to sit there and cook every piece of meat. I'll show you how to do it. So
I'll let that sit for stay for like 2 days.
There you go. That's seasoned. All right, everything's been dredged through the seasoning. We back it up, put it on ice, and we'll be cooking in 2 days. All right, we're about to cook for the shop. Here's all the
Yeah, that's why I
marinated
figured
wild
2 days, let it sit for like 2 days.
pork. Got some Willie today. What's up, brother? What's happening, man? What's going on? We're gonna start with just a little bit of oil, cook it all up.
Bruh. Stop playing with me.
5 bags, we're probably just brown 1 bag at a time, take it out, we get all the meat brown. We'll put the onions and the peppers in there, brown that down. Put the little ribs, really put the little ribs right in here. Don't really put a little pork, that's such a yellow pig. pretty good. We're gonna take it out. We're gonna put another bag in, and we'll keep doing this till we finish.
Making me hungry. I want to see what it look like.
Alright, for the trick right here, we're gonna add some cake bread to it. Blue wild piece cut. It's good, guys. We're also serving Canadian corn, white beans, smoked sausage, and salt pork. Look at this.
They tripping. Oh, they had 2 plates.
This is my boy Brent right here. You can get your plate. Look at this. Oh, yeah, okay. White beans would be good over rice by itself right there. What kind of sausage do you put in? Got the brand, but it's a good smoked sausage. You can use it in the cake all the time. Thank you, all right, you're welcome. Y'all watch out, make sure it's all along. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Kendall. You're the best. That's right. Y'all picking it up. Payback, huh? They were good. Your wife needs to probably a little bit better.
All right.
No, I don't know. Y'all be
I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you later. Much love.